Astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
We come to you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Welcome. This is the Jeranism show.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the Speaker's Corner, where we speak truth, see truth. Speaker's Corner, yeah, they see through, we see you. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is all on the Speaker's Corner. 3 minutes hit the spotlight. Speaker's Corner, where 3 minutes gets your mind right. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is all on the Speaker's Corner.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It is time for Speaker's Corner. I am trying to figure something out, but I think I did it. We are good. We are on to episode number 41. It's going to be fun. I don't know why my audio is not working over here. I should have the sound of the show, or of the, let me try this real quick, see if the comedy hour sound works. No. We might have some issues. All right, well, both these things are broken. I'm going to delete it. All right, well, so much for that. Usually we have the fun little music to play in the background. We do not today. Sorry about that. Hope everybody's doing well. We've got another fantastic show for you, I hope. We've got you guys. It's your chance to speak. So you can join the show by going to tinyurl.com/cornerism. And that is your best method. And you can do that now. We've got somebody waiting already. I'll just show one little thing and then we will get moving. Let's get over here and show you. We've got, no, not that one. Okay. All right. Possibly I should have checked this before. I don't know what's up with that. All right. We're going to come back to that. We are going to start out with, well, I don't know if you guys saw, obviously, the moon landing nonsense. Again, they just keep kicking the can down the road. We know how they work. We know how they operate. Let me show you what we got here. I don't know if you've seen this image. Now, hey, I'll admit, I don't really know everything. I can't really say that for sure, but this image does not work for me. Okay. Doesn't work for me at all. And if you haven't, let me see, actually go here. That's a better image. Let me see if I've got one of just the image. No, not that one. Well, go ahead. Oops, that's not an image. Let me show you this one. Let's go open, copy image address. Let's see if we get just that put in there. Okay. So this is supposedly, I'll zoom in. This is supposedly the shadow of the moon on the Earth. But looking at the shadows that are on this particular moon, which is lit, so you can't have, if this is the sun's behind us shining on the moon, then you can't have this shadow. Because where's the sun if this is the shadows on the moon? The sun is above our heads, right? So how in the hell would you have a shadow over here if the sun is high enough to create small shadows like this? If the only way it would work is if I saw extremely long shadows, then you could say, okay, the sun's behind me, it's casting, it's right in line with me. Maybe it's casting the shadow. It's just, they can't, it's just wrong. So this is a fake photo for sure, 100%. Call me RV if you want. But again, look at these shadows. These are very, very short. And if you have a short shadow, then that means the sun has to be above us, not behind us, kind of above us. Now, I'm not saying at 90 degrees, maybe at 45. I don't know. But if it's at 45 degrees, shining down, creating this shadow, then would it cast this shadow? Think about it this way. If the sun is completely lighting this side of Earth, which it looks like a circle, a sphere to me, or a circle, right? So it's completely lit there. Then how is this part of the moon lit? It should be, it doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm trying to say. It's what I'm trying to explain. But again, believe what you want. If you want to believe in fairy tales and you want to believe in known liars and you want to trust in people that, you know, brought you the 6 fake moon landings, you go right ahead. I myself will certainly not be doing that. And especially when you see articles like this, let's check out this article. You know, Japanese company says their moon lander unexpectedly accelerated and likely crashed. Yeah, that's what happens when you try and fake shit. How do I know it's fake? Well, we just go down here and we say, here. Takeshi Hakamahara, founder and CEO of iSpace, held out hope even after contact was lost as the lander descended the final 33 feet. You know, so I mean, come on. I'm not buying it. I, for one, am not buying it. You're free to your own beliefs. I guess this is a picture they supposedly took of Earth. I haven't looked into that yet, but who knows? This thing looks ridiculous. And now we have an egg in space. And I'm not buying all their fucking no star bullshit, aperture and all. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. I can go out with my iPhone with the street light in the way, take a picture of the sky, and I'll get stars. And I'm in a highly polluted area. I mean, what is going on? What happened here? You squished it? Okay. That one looks real good. Yeah, this is probably what happened. There you go. Yeah, I believe that. Sure. Surely that is what happened. Or you just faked the whole thing and you stole money from people yet again. That's what you guys are good at. You guys are good at it. And, you know, a moon shadow falls to Earth. Hokuto R mission sends deathbed photo. This is not a deathbed photo. It was taken on April 20th. You wrote the article, April 20th, and then it died a couple days ago. So it's not the same day, right? Okie dokie. Anyway, all fakery, and people eat it up. They love it. What's this part here? Oh, is this the sad part of them not being able to?
Look at it. It's just beautiful.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And then very
fake.
incredible
Very
pictures
fake.
taken from our under.
Yeah, because look at the shadows. So the shadows means that the sun would be above us. And if the sun's above us, how is it shining light onto the moon and then the Earth as well? That wouldn't make any sense. Wouldn't make sense to me. Yeah, at all, really. Still can't see it. Could be wrong. Maybe somebody will figure it out. Maybe somebody can model it or something, but it doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me, but again, that is the case with most everything fake. Just call it fake. Call it what it is. 33 feet, the last 33, not 34, not 32. It's the last 33 feet. What is the name of this stupid thing? It's called the White Rabbit, right? As you know, to make sense. Makes sense. All these things. Yep. And this is a picture supposedly taken on March 20th of the moon. And I mean, how could you fake this? I mean, look at the clearly you would never see stars out here, even though they're brilliant and they're everywhere and there's a million polka dots and it's the most brilliant thing you've ever seen. This is way too bright to see stars over here. Just and you know, no one's ever thought of like putting an automatic focuser on the camera. I mean, I know it's expensive. You're gonna pay an extra a couple $100 for that. I get it. You know, it's hard to do. Hard to do when you're spending millions to just add a couple $100 so that people at home can stop saying the same thing with every single space mission, which is, why do you have no camera? Why is there no camera footage of you crashing on the moon? You have this camera. You got the other camera that took the picture of the fake Earth. Well, come on now. And of course, on their Twitter, so I was looking today, it's just nothing but congratulations. Because this is what we do now. Space is so hard. Things that we did 50 years ago, now we can't do anything close, but we'll still get congratulations for it. Makes sense. Albert Einstein famously said, failure is success in progress. Okay. This was the first. So every car accident that happens in the world, I'm just going to go around and tell people, oh, nice job. They're going to be like, what are you talking about? I just got in an accident. No, that's failure is success in progress. Yeah, you failed today at driving, but tomorrow you're going to be better. So everything is just that way. So there is no failure in the world. It's just always, a stepping stone towards immortality, which is impressive. Which is quite impressive. All right, and yeah, this is just nonsensical. Anyway, it doesn't even match with the, I'll show you real quick, because why not, right? If we go to the Himawari. Now, based on this, oops, you got to do Himawari 8. Based on this, 3 options are possible. Number 1, Hakuto Makata, the White Rabbit, is fake. Number 2, Himawari 8 is fake. Number 3, both Himawari and Hakuna Matata are fake. Which one do you think I believe in? That is the only 3 options. There's no option for one of them to be real. Either one's fake or the other's fake. We're going back to the date of the eclipse. We're going to go to the 19th on here. And we're going to skip ahead to right where we get this little shadow thing here. There we go. Okay, so you can look at this supposed shadow. We can go back to this and see if we can match the... You can see Australia's kind of turned, almost standing upright. So the shadow is clearly what? Above the right half of it, or the right portion of it. So we're still not quite there yet, right? Wouldn't you agree? Let's see it forward a little bit. Still not right. Still not right. Still not right. I mean, that looks like it's more on the left half still. Let's go back here. There's nothing on the left half here. We still got to move further. Uh-oh, you starting to notice a problem like I am? This is the Terminator line. So if this were real, then you could see how close the Terminator line is. They don't have a full circle. And even if this thing was in another angle, you still would have the dark line starting to show up here. You can't have it light from this photograph and dark from this one. What sense would that make? The Terminator line isn't person dependent. It is saying that that part of the Earth is in darkness. So, and if somebody says this isn't the right shadow place, well, I don't know, where do you want to put it? Based on this picture here, clearly, if this is the middle, you can see there's no dark shadow. Oops, no dark shadow above the middle. Maybe you can go right here and say there's a tiny little corner of it. But if we go here and say this is the middle, well, then maybe that's closest right there. Tiny little middle of it. And again, the shadow here is already getting close to the Terminator. Go back here, the shadow's nowhere near the Terminator. So let me get a official judgment from the one and only Alex Jones. He's always got my judgment on it. Alex, what is this, please?
It's all fake.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, let's get to the show. If you would be so kind, I think you would be. I'm going to real quick play an ad while I fix this issue, and I'll be right back. Enjoy the True Earther app promo video. Excellent. I fixed it. Let's get on to the show. Let's move this on over here. Let's make sure everything works. Oops, I have to put in the Rokfin thing. All right, let's go to, if you become a member, a channel member, which means you get all the old archives and the shows that I've turned on to just members only, you get to see Buzz Aldrin get hit in the head with a steel chair, courtesy of Brock Lesnar. So you probably want that. You probably want that, and you get all the emojis, and you can have fun with that. Let's bring on the first guest. We got Matt joining the show. Matt, welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing fantastic. Your 3 minutes begins. Go ahead.
So I wanted to make a comment about search engines.
Okay.
We all know that they hide wrong think and downrank stuff and stuff like that. But have you seen that Google literally will not return more than about 450 hits for any query?
Yeah, it says they got some certain amount, right? And then it's like billions of hits, but then if you get to the bottom of the page after like 2 or 3 pages.
Well, so you can search for anything non-controversial, like cat or whatever, right?
Okay.
You search, you page to the end as far as you can, and it's usually a couple of pages. I guess that depends on how many hits you have showing per page.
Mm-hmm.
And then there will be a little link that says repeat search with hidden results not omitted, something like that. And then you page to the end again. If you page all the way to the last page, it'll drop down from a billion results to whatever they show you is 450. And then if you page next to the previous page, it'll say whatever the count is out of billions. And I don't know. I feel like that's kind of incredible.
Yeah, I mean, what's your take on it?
I think so there's dead internet theory of there is a bunch of data out there that's just, or I guess indexes for data that doesn't really exist. And then that's one idea, and I think that's probably true for a lot of indexed content. But I think it's I don't know. I think it's something that a lot of people don't really notice, and it probably is to corral us, to kind of, so they downrank stuff they don't want people to see, and then they uprank stuff they do want people to see.
Right.
And then most people don't, page that far in. Eventually they just filter out everything that they don't want people to see, or only show stuff they do want people to see. So I think it's to corral us and to kind of more groupthink. Like when we only had a few networks on television.
Yeah, for sure. Have you tried DuckDuckGo? What do you think of that?
Well, all of the search engines kind of do the same thing. And it seems that they all rely on Google on the back end. Like DuckDuckGo, I think they do have a bunch of their own indexes, but they'll tell you that they also use Google for stuff that they don't have.
Right. I mean, Google's been the one indexing all these sites. I mean, for as far as like the dead internet theory, I've watched that video a few times. Well, I'll go ahead and let you finish if you have anything else to say before I take more of your time.
No, that was it. That's
Okay.
all I got.
So the dead internet theory, the thing about that I think is also a kind of a problem is people think that things you put on the internet are there forever, right? We've heard that before. Like, oh, if you put it on the internet, it's there forever. Well,
you don't pay for the site.
Exactly. Right. So, I mean, this is the problem is that, and then who do you think has the most money? Who has money to keep their stuff up indefinitely? Is it Amazon? Is it Google? Is it these kind of things? Or is it me and other conspiracy researchers? Well, clearly, Google and them have all the money and all the storage space. So what happens is when we upload things, maybe it's a JFK video, maybe it's some conspiracy video. As soon as we don't pay for that server anymore, it's gone. And then you would have broken indexes. You would have broken links. When you search on Google, it's going to bring up a result that no longer exists because Google doesn't save the information. It saves the XML file, or it saves the whatever you want. I forgot what that file is called, but it saves the data file, right? So it doesn't save like the video. It doesn't save that kind of thing. And maybe it does, but it certainly doesn't provide it to you. Maybe it saves it on one of their servers, but
Well, somebody saves it. Yeah, maybe.
maybe, which would be probably not. It would be about par for them, I'm sure, considering they've got so much storage space. But yeah, that's the problem. So it sucks because I remember there's a couple sites that I used to go to. I used to have them in my browser or in my bookmarks that had all this conspiracy stuff, and they're gone now. And like old Angel Fire sites and things like that. I remember those like awful looking web pages where that's where people would put all this conspiracy stuff and have hyperlinks everywhere. And then now you go there and either it's gone or the hyperlinks are all broken. So I think that might be a problem. And then to get something removed from Google, you have to like submit a whole thing. It's a whole nightmare. Whereas it should just be the page doesn't go anywhere anymore and Google should just erase it, but they don't.
I mean, I don't know. I would assume they would eventually, but yeah, they've got a link somewhere you can just.
Yeah, I've had to do it before for something.
Index, right?
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I appreciate the call. I think it's good to point that out to people. And, I don't know the answer to it other than for conspiracy theorists. I mean, we're smart enough to not take your first result. But the problem is anybody searching it in the world, anybody else is going to always get what they're supposed to. Right. They're always going to see and believe what they're being told
to. A lot of older sites you can pull off of, if they were archived, you can pull them off of the Wayback Machine.
Yep. But
newer sites don't really index so well because they require JavaScript, most of them, to build the contents. But older stuff, a lot of it's there.
Yeah, but I've seen some stuff removed from there too. They must get requests to remove some stuff. Yeah, because when I was looking at
some queries on Wayback,
right.
The owner's niece, I can't remember her name, but Taylor Lorenz, that's it.
Is it owned by the same person that owns the archive? I know it's on the same page, but is Wayback Machine owned by the same people?
Oh, that is the same thing, isn't it? The Wayback Machine, the Internet Archive. There's
yeah, I guess it's the same thing. It's on the same archive.org. I know it's on that website. I just didn't know if it's owned by the same people.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing.
Okay.
I mean, there's another like archive.is, which is, I assume, somebody else, but I don't know that as a fact.
And actually, archive.org has, good stuff I haven't been able to find on YouTube. I can sometimes find there. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate the call.
All right, no, thanks.
Let's go to Traber7 in the house. Let's remove. Oops. There we go. I always screwed that up. Trebor,
Hey,
how are you?
so I was very disappointed I missed the 420 show.
How dare
I was
you.
all set up. I had my 420 hat, which I guess I can still show that. It says 420, and then it says, "Don't worry, be happy."
Nice.
Had a really cool Bud shirt on. Had my cannabis-related jokes queued up, and then you weren't there.
Hold on one second. I have to announce something. I'm going to stop your time. And by the way, we will give away a hat today because Doug has 5 of them he wants to give away, or a few of them, 3 of them he wants to give away. So we'll just do the best call again, whoever people want to vote for, and I'll put up a voting at the end. So I don't remember the first guy's name. Do you?
He wasn't very good. I'm way better caller.
Let's wait till the end of your call. If you are better, then we don't have to put his name. So you get 6 minutes, by the way. Go ahead.
That's right. Yeah, I get the 6 minutes.
You can double
I
up.
was going to show you some Bud, which I had a whole tray of really choice. I'm just going to grab one at random here.
What is this
I sent you some of this. This is let me get a light on.
I liked the glue, something glue.
Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, that was good.
That's what I just. Man, that's not focusing, but
very nice.
That's some Northern Lights.
Sure, it doesn't smell at all either.
Oh my gosh! I got to put the lid back on this thing.
Yeah.
And just real quick for the Rokfin users, in your thumb it says, see description to join, but there's no join link in there.
Oh yeah, I got to put some on the screen anyway. Thank you for that.
My weed jokes were, do you know why they call it a roach clip?
No.
Because potholder was taken.
Oh boy. All right.
You need to get your Debunking rim shots queued
I do.
up.
I have it ready.
Get my smoke weed every day intro. So if I don't win, I'm blaming part of it on you.
I don't have it ready for you.
My other cannabis joke, Confucius say, man who stands on toilet is high on pot. Those are, I wear those out every.
It's the wrong one, Jaron. I tried to give it to you. It didn't work.
And you made me laugh. I don't laugh out loud very much. I got a good sense of humor, but it takes quite a bit to make me laugh out loud.
What did I say?
Last week, I went back and listened to the Speaker's Corner when Brenda was on, and you were like, "Oh dear Jesus, please make this 2 minutes, 40 seconds go by quickly," or whatever it was. You sounded so sincere. I lost it. I was working on.
What? I'm not allowed to pray? I don't get it.
No, it was just funny the way you said it. And my wife was listening to part of it because she was up here, and people who don't know you, your sarcasm's on like 10.
I know.
Maybe you could dial it back to like 6 or something. But he's like, "Well, see, he said he believes it." I said, "When he says he believes something, it means he doesn't believe something."
Damn it! I got to stop that. I probably do.
She kept getting so confused. Well, I agree. No, he was joking. That's sarcasm. She goes, "Man, he's confusing me." But I love it. I'm super sarcastic too.
Tell the first joke again. What was the first joke?
Why do they call it roach clip? Because potholder was taken.
Yes, that was it. That was right.
Potholder.
See, there we go. It's a little late, but it still works. What about this one?
Oh,
okay, I got it ready now. I'm ready now for your next joke.
Yeah, that's a little better. It's kind of weak on this end, but
I don't know what that is. Okay,
I'm a drummer, so any beat you throw down is fine by me.
All right. Did I tell you I tried your telekinesis and it didn't go well for me?
Now,
but let me ask you this: when you do it, is it about the feeling, or is it about the thinking, or is it come from your head? Does it come from your aura? What is it that you think moves that thing?
So it's sort of an internal alchemy, and I can tell already you didn't go read steps 1, 2, 3, did you?
No, I did it all on my own.
So they are empathy,
okay,
mindset, and energy. So empathy obviously it involves feeling, and then the mindset. This is why I thought it was going to work for you, because energy, I'm not paying any attention to this. You can see my side wheel, can't you?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not paying any attention to it. It's just the energy coming from my body. And usually people with a fairly clean diet and, a good lifestyle, usually the energy is enough to make it turn a little bit on its own. Then the mindset, if you can slow your brain waves down, really where you want to get is just like a dazed, like almost asleep, not really paying attention, and even using your peripheral vision is better than looking directly at it. It's really hard for smart people. That's why you might struggle with getting your mind slowed down. I don't know if you do any meditation. I don't think you do, but you smoke weed, you do a little meditation and some energy work. You get your energy ramped up, you get your brain waves slowed down, and then you just use a little bit of empathy, connect with it, and you can start moving stuff. But how close were you when it didn't work?
As close as you are right there. I was sitting on my counter and I was doing it in the kitchen.
and it didn't move at all.
Nope.
Did you touch it with your finger to make sure it could freely move? It wasn't wedged on there or
Yeah,
anything?
it kind of moved.
Okay.
If I
Well, next time, maybe just
or if I
put your
blow
hand-
it, it moves. You know.
Oh, yeah. But see how when I put my hands around it, how you can get really good energy coming, especially if you start imagining the energy between your palms. You can really get stuff moving that way. But empathy, mindset, energy, really, if you just read those 3 pages, like I said, it's like a 10-minute read or something. It'll get you on the right track. But don't give up. And another thing you might consider doing, if you could put it on screen, I don't know if it's in that room you have there, or just have it like I have mine at my desk, normally out of sight over here.
Okay.
And I just mess with it any idle time I get. But just have it in your space within a 3-foot area of your heart.
Okay.
And then, like I said, you don't really want to try a lot. Just practice slowing your brain waves down. And once it starts moving, it's like using a portion of your brain you've never used before.
So I figured.
So it's kind of an odd thing, and it takes a little bit of inner work. Like I said, it's like alchemy inside, getting the empathy, mindset, and energy.
Which is good. I figured that. So that's why it's like interesting. You know, I like to either I'll go to your site, but either take a class or something to where I can start to develop whatever that is that I'm missing.
Dude, if you want, I'll give you free access to I got 7 private tutorials, and then of course you need to watch the 5 free tutorials too.
Let me start with those.
Those are on, I got everything broke down in playlists on Trevor 7, a channel on YouTube. You just go to the playlist. I've got demonstrations, I've got tutorials, I've got translations into Italian and several different languages. So if you just put the time to watch the tutorials and then put in a few weeks of practicing, it's not really something I can just tell you, like I can teach you how to use, a soundboard or something like that. It's really something you have to learn about yourself. But I can get you on the right track, and you do a little work on your own. And once you get things moving a little bit, I can coach you and help you.
And then tell me also, what is Soleil supposed to help again?
It's a detoxifying drink for one thing, but it also gives you like 80 some trace minerals, so it energizes you as well.
Okay.
It's just a good daily. And people who are worried about their salt intake, I think it's like you're supposed to have 1,200. Don't quote me on this. I haven't looked at it in a long time. It's supposed to be like 1,200 per day, and this is like 400. The serving that you take 1 teaspoon. So it's not really. You're not going to. If people who are concerned about taking too much salt.
How long do you think it lasts after the first liquid is gone and you refill it? Like a couple times you can do that usually?
Yeah, I think 3 times. Somebody said they got 12 weeks out of their bottle.
Okay.
But of course, the first few weeks are going to be the best because I poured in extra concentrated stuff. But you can always order more or make your own. They find out you use it and like it. A lot of people notice right away that it gives them more energy.
Okay.
And some people don't like it because it gives them the Hershey squirts. But if you get the squirts, it's because it's cleaning crap out of you. It's a good thing, really. But some people who are highly toxic, I don't think that'll happen to you, kind of get the runs a little bit. Let's see. I hear my timer. Was that my first 3 or my second 3?
That's your second, but I'll let you go a little more. I was talking. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to follow up on the fenbendazole. I did my 2 weeks and kind of had just similar effects that I do when I use other things. I like doing it with herbs and stuff. But I have to tell you, that's the easiest way to do it. Just popping those 2 pills, and that was so simple. So anybody who hasn't dewormed fenbendazole, I do recommend it. That's really about all I had. If that's all the time I got, I can always break this up and talk some more next week. Funny, the moon thing you were talking about. Yeah, I agree that the lighting is all off.
Doesn't seem right.
That was one of the first things that convinced me space was fake when I downloaded the Earthrise photo and then put it into my video editing and started messing with the extremes,
right,
to where you could see the cutout on the box. I'm like, them some bitches. Everything is fake. But when you can do something like I downloaded it from the official site, and discovered it myself, and you catch them first, it's nice to see everybody else debunking them. But
and then you see actually they've gone in and changed some of those now, and put
yes, they have.
Yeah, so I mean that's all the proof you need. I mean, come on,
that photo we're talking about has been fixed, I think.
See, I mean, so that's all you need. The one that Rob Skiba did has been fixed.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you have other people coming back saying that's not official NASA photos. It's like, yes, it is. They're like, I found it on National Geographic. Okay, well that doesn't mean it's not official NASA photo.
Right, that's probably where they got it. Oh, and I want to selflessly shout out my next live stream on May 7th. I'm going to have Karen B over.
Nice.
And we're gonna talk about all kinds of stuff. Human potential.
That'll be awesome.
Psychic related stuff. Bigfoot.
She's got a lot of crystal knowledge too.
Yes, I would love to pick her brain. That wasn't one of I asked her what she wanted to talk about, and she didn't put crystals on there, but as long as I can keep her talking, we'll get into a lot of different subjects. But
Sweet. So that's May 7th on your channel?
Yep, at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Okay, everybody go over and subscribe to Trebor 7.
Yep, that'd be nice.
All right, thanks, boss.
For your time. Have a great show, man.
You too. Peace. I'm just going to fix something real quick. And people in the StreamYard, if you are chatting, I don't get to see the chat. So let me just see if there's anything for me. This chat is for all the folks in the studio. Who's seeing this chat? Funny, not me, though. New me trend is Transformers. Damn it, pressed back. Okay. I just don't see it unless I open that up and then I screw up the screen. Let's go to Daily Yerrick Carey. No. There.
Hey.
What's up, boss? How are you?
Good. I'm glad to be here. Don't worry about the name. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Doesn't matter
I'm real
what your
glad
name
to be
is.
calling in. What's that?
So it doesn't matter what your name is. I don't know if you don't watch wrestling.
Not at this moment.
Okay.
Hey, is the audio okay?
It sounds great to me.
Good. I'm real glad to be doing this for the first time. I've wondered about it, but I want to have something useful. First, have you started the time?
I have not. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Good. How do you say that last guy's name? I can never get it right.
Trebor 7.
Trebor.
Well, that's how I say it. Trebor. Trebor 7.
Well, Trevor.
It's Robert backwards.
Oh, I got you. Thanks. Well, he's right. On that show with Brenda, you broke down and you were praying right to Jesus, and I fell out of the chair. I'm telling you what, that was so funny.
It went by pretty fast, though. It was good.
I know it was, a theatrical moment you did, but
yes.
It really worked. And regarding laughter, I want Trebor to know, and everybody else, it's absolutely true that you can learn to laugh. And eventually it'll just start happening whenever, he said he didn't laugh out loud very often, but he's got a sense of humor, of course. But if you just start practicing laughing out loud, it'll transform you. That's an absolute fact.
Yeah, laughing is like a medicine. And it's infectious. My son now is laughing so much. And it's just so cute because you don't even know what he's laughing at. He just finds something funny and you kind of realize no other animal does that. It's just a human trait. It's awesome.
Right. Well, he's joyful.
Yeah.
Because he's got such a good house and family and home. Well, but what I'm talking about, even somebody that's depressed can, make themselves practice laughing and it'll make them better. I guarantee it.
Yep. I agree.
Absolutely true. So here's my thing. This afternoon, I was in downtown Cary, the home of the first International Flat Earth Conference in North Carolina in 2017. And I had to stop at the town hall for some information. We got sort of a big town here, but it's a suburban neighborhood kind of place. I'm taken up beekeeping again, and I had to get a permit to have 5 hives in my yard. So I went down there to find out what that was about. When I was leaving, it popped into my head. This is why I'm calling. It popped into my head from what you and Alex Alex Stein have been doing and his past work at town councils, that I need to arrange to go in and make a testimony or a witness to the town council. And so I'm going to work on it real hard and noodle it. Maybe this can be a topic of discussion. There's no reason not to. The International Flat Earth Conference was here in 2017. It's time for them to acknowledge we're being robbed by the NASA. And, I can make a short list of demands, like they ought to act and pass a resolution that, whereas, we all don't believe the earth is flat, but we can't deny the evidence or something like that, just kind of, I don't want to go jump up and down and wear funny clothes like Alex, but I'm going to bring him some serious business in a, humorous way and talk to the town council and make some, demands that they act on the information. I have to figure it out, and what the right approach is and documentation to present to them. Maybe I'll just, what do they call that when you dump thousands of sheets of paper on somebody. I don't know what I'll do, but I thought of it today, and I wanted to call and let you know. Maybe it'll cause some discussion.
That's awesome. And I'm one of the reasons I'm proud of Alex is there's so many people doing that now that weren't doing that before. So he's obviously brought that to the forefront. So good for him.
Well, if he can do it, I can do it.
Well, yeah, are you going to also wear a one-piece swimsuit?
No, I said that already. I'm not going to wear any funny clothes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I would. He's an amazing character. I don't even.
Well, I'm not trying to start a career like he was. I just want to bring the issue out in public, and I'll probably have to figure out how to notify the media ahead of time because they'll make it a spectacle, and that'll be even better.
That's what you want.
And I'll have see my background.
Yes, of course.
I'll have something like that.
Dave Weiss texted me. He said your $2 is in the mail.
Well, yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, thanks. I appreciate the call.
Appreciate it.
Later. All right.
Now, what do I do here?
You just you can close that. Go back to the regular show.
Gosh. All righty. Thanks.
Peace. And we are just going to real quick. Let me get this up here just so I can laugh at. Let me see. Do I have it uploaded here? I might be right with you. We got the opening. If you want to go join the show, just go to www.tinyurl.com/cornerism, CORNERISM. We went to Berkeley on, what day was that? Monday. I got to meet Mr. Stein. He's not even that much taller than me. Come on. Everybody talks like he's huge. He got me an inch, maybe. I say he's 6'4", maybe. We're pretty close. Well, he's definitely taller, but barely. And the guy is just, first of all, we're driving across, I don't know what it was. What do we take? The Benicia? No, not the, I can't think of the name of the bridge. If you don't take the Bay Bridge, you take the Dumbarton Bridge? No, I don't remember. But one of the bridges that you have to go across. I forgot what it's called. We're on the bridge, and the guy pulls out that freaking air horn that he does on his show and squeezes it in the freaking car. We have the windows up, and we both had ringing ears for many minutes. So that was dumb of him. But anyway, I've just never seen anybody like him. We get there, he kind of meet some people. They come and meet us out in the parking garage because he's going to do a speech. If you didn't know, he's going to do a presentation there at Berkeley, and they were all prepared in case there was people protesting or whatever. So we get there, and he's like, "All right, I'm going to go put on the swimsuit." I'm like, "You did not bring the swimsuit." He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to go ask people if I can swim here at their swim team," and like, oh boy. So the guy walks into the bathroom and then comes out a couple minutes later, just like it's nothing. Just comes out with a swimsuit. Just, all right, let's go film me this. I'm like, I don't know any human being like that. And then he goes and jumps in the actual pond. I mean, how many people do you think have actually swam in this freaking pond?
And you will let me swim on the women's team, Berkeley. You cannot stop me. I will swim wherever I want to swim. On the women's team, the men's team, the Chinese team, any team. I'm going to swim on that team.
What's wrong with him? Very, very funny. And then we've got, it's just us two.
Blam! Jared and Einstein. Changing the world. You see Berkeley? We came, we saw, we conquered.
Yeah, I like it. So it was fun. Fun indeed. Let's go back to the StreamYard and we will, where am I going here? This is going to be this one. Let's see who's next. Jump on the show if you want to join us. We've got Inhuman Ways. What's up, boss? Welcome to the show.
What's going on?
How are you?
Long time listener since the Skiba days.
Old school.
Oh yeah, since the Skiba days, subliminal messaging. The Bible.
Yes.
You know that. Yeah, I've listened to you for a while. How you spoke about you were young and in a Catholic religion, and you would see things you may or may not have should know at such a young age, right?
Right.
I'm out here in Florida. Welcome to Florida.
Nice. I've thought about moving there. It's either going to be there or Texas.
Tampa Bay. That's a big. Hey.
So
There's a big bird's landing right there.
Oh, your dog's gonna go get it.
Okay, no, he's a good boy. Come on. Yeah.
You're not in Broward County, are you?
That's like the Florida bird. No, I'm in Pasco.
Okay.
Yeah,
Seems like
Pasco
every
County
kind of crazy event always happens in Broward.
Yeah, Broward County. Yeah, Florida.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, it's good. It's good talking to you. I see that you just did that stuff with Stein. That's awesome. I've been watching him for a while. I've been watching Durth, Karen. They see me in the chat. Y'all see me in the chat. You know, I'm not the nicest person, but the truth ain't always nice.
Nope. Sometimes it's kind of rude and in your face.
Yeah, so that's all always is. Let's talk about like words. I had an epiphany that if I won the lottery, that I would overtake Washington. That'd be my thing, Washington D.C. Overtake it
with the lottery win.
Banish the government.
All right.
Yeah, lottery. Yeah, just use that money and just pay. You know, that's what they do. They pay. You know, they pay the police. They pay.
Right.
They pay the hospitals to do the things. They,
of course.
You know who.
The world runs on money. Yep, the world.
The world of 100%. Yeah, it's a gold miner scheme from the top to the bottom.
Absolutely.
Pyramid style for sure. These birds are just right out here too. I get a lot of these. I usually feed them bread. That's why they come by.
What are they, geese or something?
No, those are. It's not quite the Florida bird, but this one's really becoming native.
Did they fly?
Really becoming. Oh yeah, they fly. Yeah, these ones are huge. These
wow,
ones
that's
are probably like
bird,
3.5 feet tall. Yeah,
I can see him over there. It looks like a child walking across the street.
It's right as tall as a mailbox, but people around. This is a bad corner.
And if the dog went after them, he's not fast enough to get him.
No. I mean, you never know. Honestly, they're wild. You know, animals are we control them, but in their state, they control themselves. You know,
right.
It's like birds, you know, they do things that they can see things that we can't see. Turtles can see things we can't see because they can see the different color spectrum and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, it was great talking to you, and like I said, it's cool right here because I get to watch the sunset here while it's over y'all. And like the streetlight things deep inside the rabbit hole, he shows you the streetlights as they go down the road, just like the sunsets, right? But I watch it because I'm in Florida, so I watch it actually make a right.
Right.
I watch it actually make that right.
And what's crazy really too is a lot of people don't realize is if you saw the sunset and there was lots of red clouds or you know that kind of pink that you get, that the people that are underneath the sun obviously don't see that, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean the sun, it's 3,000 miles away. Like even on the Earth app, it shows you where the sun's at, but you see that just the layering, just like you said, your dome. You can only see so far.
Correct.
The clouds hit the ground, the streetlights hit the ground, the cars disappear, the boat, the bottom, because we can only see the eye can only see 3 miles, and then we see a globe. Our eyes see a globular kind of idea. Like if you look here, everything bends away, but if you look over here, everything bends away. So it's got like the McDonald's effect. It's an older thing, but that's just what your eyes do because
they're spherical.
That's what your eyes show you. They show you the circle because they're circle. I bet if they were square, like diamond, you know, or some kind of other shape,
you would see some sort of block.
What would you see then? You know, but that's just imaginary ideas right there.
Right. But yeah, if you looked at any straight line, say you stared at the curb across the street or something, of course the sides of the curb will also bend back, you know,
100%.
Even though we know that's not the case. That's just the way it's going to present itself.
That's it. Yeah, that's where our eyes partake it, you know. It's and here I'm below sea level, so I see canals, I see tides come in and out. I mean, I see the bottom of the ground, 4 feet tide rises. But that's just because it's like inlets and such. The Gulf only goes up like 1 or 2 feet, but these big pools where these boats come in and out, they go up like 4 or 5 feet because they're bigger. They made them bigger inlets for bigger ships. You know, the cruise liners, because we're in Tampa. You know, they got these big boats, big ships. So.
All right. Well, thanks for calling. I do appreciate it. Nice to have you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I said, it's the first time for me. I wanted to talk to. I'll probably call in a lot more and speak with some other of the other hosts that rest in peace to Bob, of course.
Yeah.
And and Karen knows about stones, but Cammy's real good with stones too. You just got it's all about paying attention, and just learning.
Yep, that's all you can do.
For sure.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. That was Inhuman Ways. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to change my mind on how because I didn't write down any of these callers' names. So we will do a trivia at the end. I'll do a 5-question trivia. Whoever gets the answer correct first will win. And you got to be watching the show because I'm going to ask questions based on people who have already called in. Crystal Luna in the house. She says, "Oh, what's going on here? I forgot to put this in. That's what's happening. Sorry, 1 second. I can't bring up the chat if I don't have it ready to go. YouTube chat. There we go. Properties. And this one. All right. Boom. Go. Let's try it now. See if we can. highlight the 420 was what I was trying to do. This one, and let's try it. Now, where did you go? Here. Ah, there we go. Crystal Luna says 420. Nice, very nice. Chemtrail sunsets are the best. Ew, gross. Gross. Nope. Globers don't understand perspective at all. And then they act like we don't understand it. It's really hilarious. No basements in Florida. Why did he forget to shave all his beard off? He probably likes the beard. Let's go to... Oh, Flat Earth Vegans in the house. Where have you guys been? Did you take a hiatus from us? I've not seen you in the chat in probably a year. Sacred Knowledge, on his bike, with his helmet on. Oh, no, he's not on the bike.
I didn't think you were going to choose me. What's going on, man?
Where are you at?
I'm on the bus.
Okay. The first time ever somebody calls from the bus.
Right. I was getting my e-bike fixed, so I just, and I saw that you were on. I was like, damn, I'll just get on there. Hopefully I'm about to get off. And I was like, I'll talk to him when I get off, but I'm not off yet. I'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, though.
I'll start your clock. You're free to talk about whatever you want. Ask me questions. Tell us a story. Read a poem. Whatever you want.
Read a poem. I got thousands of those. Over the last about year, I have been kind of like breaking down in small 3-minute segments my take on things on this plane, in this pan that we live in, right? So I just wanted to, but it's very difficult because you have to say it in short amount. So I just wanted to maybe recap for anybody out there that hasn't heard it or whatever, what I think is going on here. So in that way, people can ask me questions, because really, like, it's hard to reach. I already told you, but I'm gonna say it one more time. I believe we live in a pan. It's got a dome on it, and the bottom of the pan used to be the ocean floor. Pandora's bottom is the ocean floor before the flood. So the flood came, and the continents that we live on, we think it's ground and dirt. God said, get your own dirt. No. We did get our own dirt. We built these continents. They were built by giants. So remember, a giant person that stands 40, 50 feet tall, a 2-mile walk for us will be equivalent of about 10 miles of a walk for a giant that big. So anything they build is going to be giant. So if you're on the ocean floor, you're traveling, you'll come upon, back in ancient times when it was still Eden, you would come upon this gigantic structure. And you could get up on top of the structure and travel for hundreds of miles and see other pyramids and giant structure. It was something unfathomable that this place used to, and it all got destroyed. So we're actually living on top of the destroyed civilization. The continents used to be structures. That's why there's so many subways, you know? They're not just sandwich places, but the whole structure is got underground. It's got caverns in it, because people built this structure in such a when this place used to be more like a magical heavenly realm. It was nothing like it is now, right? So the subways are still there. So the government lives, and the breakaway civilization lives underground in these subway structures that you can still find intact architecture underground, not just under the mountains, but under the ground. There's gigantic caverns and cities. So that's because this was built. These continents were built. They used to they were flat, symmetrical, giant pyramids the size of mountains on top of them. Look at Superman, the first Superman movie. They'll show you what the structures used to look like at the beginning of the first Superman movie, and in many other movies too. They show you. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because we're living on top of a built structure that got destroyed, and we call it a continent now. And the islands are just the top of mountain structures that remain above the floodwaters. That's what islands are.
Okay.
Island, E-Y-E.
So where did the material come for, like, the Sierra Nevadas or the Himalayas?
To build these gigantic structures that we call continents now, that are melted structures that we call continents. How did they build that? Whatever came from the center of the torus. It tore us apart. So we came from the center of the torus, and how do we get the material and all that? That is a mystery beyond mysteries. How it all got built? But one thing's for sure, it was here for literally thousands and thousands of years before it got destroyed. It wasn't just like something that got built. No, this was reality for a long time. It got destroyed. Now we're in the second reality for the Taurus.
And giant bones, why are we not seeing a lot of them now? I'll agree that I've seen some, but shouldn't there be a lot more?
For thousands of years, the machines, they basically terraformed this place. They destroyed all the evidence of the past, destroyed the things that we could find. They spent thousands of years just killing off all the beings that lived here. There used to be all sorts of different types of beings. They killed them all off, and then they left the little ones, because big giants are hard to kill. And the ones that look like Chewbacca, the hairy people, those can live in the wilderness. They're hard. They can survive. But we're like the weakest version. We can't survive very well in the wilderness. We got no hair. But there used to be different types of beings. So I believe our real history is us trying not to die off for thousands of years while machines killed us and destroyed all the beings. And then finally, when it was all left with no beings, then they turned it into what it looks like now, and gave us this fake version of history. We're like, I think it's all shit. Everything that we've been told about history is the real history is us trying to not get killed for thousands of years while we got terminated. Something like that happened.
All right. Well, I appreciate the call.
All right, that's all I want to say.
All right.
Peace out, y'all.
Take it easy, huh?
Ride
the bus with us.
Ride the bus with us.
Ride the bus.
Yeah. Everybody now.
Ride the bus with us.
Monterey Salinas Transit takes you where you want to go.
I thought this commercial was like
quickly,
worldwide, but this is
conveniently,
actually
and
just
comfortably.
my area.
Ride the bus.
Ride the bus with. I didn't know it's a Monterey Salinas thing. I thought that you guys have never heard that. That's a commercial that played all the time as a kid.
Ask your driver for
Ride the
details or
bus.
call Monterey Salinas Transit.
And ride the bus with us, would you? And let's go check out the chat. If you guys have any questions, you can ask them because there's nobody in line, which means we got an early show ending. What do we got there? Well, an hour left. Well, maybe earlier than that. tinyurl.com/cornerism. And let me put that on the screen. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and then I don't. It's very rude of me. And if anybody else wants to join, you be first up. Let me fix this, though. What do I got here that will work here? Alex, during his presentation, I just wanted to, and I'll probably do a video because I've got all this footage of it and I filmed for him, but he had some great jokes during his presentation that I'd never heard him say before that were pretty good. He was telling everybody that was there, he says, it was great. It's like, if you think the politicians like you, if you think the politicians love you, you're one of those guys that comes back from the strip club and tells me that the stripper liked you. The stripper don't like you. The stripper hates you. And he's like, the stripper asked me if I was coming back tomorrow. I'm pretty sure she likes me. It's like, no, the stripper does not like you, and neither do any of the politicians. Thought that was great. Never heard that comparison, but it works pretty freaking perfectly. Let's see here if we've got anything that will work for this one. Just trying to get something that I can put. Nope, that's not going to work. Where can I put that phone number? How about this one? Got somebody here. Well, let's bring him on. We've got Sarah now. Sarah, save us. How are you doing?
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
So good it hurts.
You went to a college campus?
Went to Berkeley.
We went to a college. We live across the street from FAU. We went a couple weeks ago, and it was like entering I don't know, like a whole nother planet.
It was so crazy, especially Berkeley is just nothing but, leftists. So it's crazy. Yep. I mean, everybody has yellow hair or orange hair or green hair and,
like girls.
Yep. Oh, it's just crazy. It's, I certainly thank God I'm not single or something.
I saw no pants on a couple girls. I'm not kidding.
Remember the Gravity movie?
Oh yeah. And then this one girl was like, I have to sit in this 6-hour class, and all they do is play the film theory. The class was called, and all they do is play movies about outer space. We watched Gravity last week.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What were you guys doing there?
Getting a haircut.
Oh, okay.
They had like a barber shop on campus. I didn't know it was going to be like entering another planet, though.
Right.
I'll never go back there again.
Let's see if this works. There we go. Join the show. tinyurl.com/cornerism. There, you can put that up there.
It was absolute. It was craziness.
It was crazy there too, and they didn't have protesters, or at least one guy just told Alex off because again they don't get it. They get stuck too because Alex is dressed as a woman's bathing suit, and he's saying, "I want to swim for the women's team. Will you back me and allowing me?" And of course, people don't want to talk to him. They're just walking away. This one guy's just like, "F you, man. It's like, what? I just want to know, can I swim? He's like, come on, you can look what you're doing. You're making light of something that's. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm asking you, is it okay if I swim? They say my calves are too big, and the guy just keeps saying, "F you, get out of here. I'm not listening to you anymore." So it's just funny because they don't have an answer. They don't have an answer for that because it is absurd that we don't just leave women's sports alone, and why now we've got to accept that men are going to play women's sports and dominate. So.
Oh, it's absurd. That's what I told my parents when they asked me why I was homeschooling the children.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I said was like that agenda, because you can't deny that. You can't. It's in your face.
We live right up the street from Broward County.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I just there's like so much crazy stuff that's been going on.
It's crazy. It's always something there.
Like a guy just like killed his like girlfriend and like critically wounded like the guy she was with, and then he killed himself in a rideshare when the police tried to pull him over. Like there's just so many crazy stuff going on.
That's crazy.
With
what cities are in Broward that I know of?
Yeah, and like hail and like flash floods and like all sorts of crazy stuff.
What cities are in Broward that I would know of?
Yeah, like Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically like Miami to I guess to Boca. Like it must end like right. Like I don't think we're in Broward.
No. Yeah, we're in Palm Beach. We're in
but
Palm Beach
it's only like a 20-minute drive from
okay.
where we're at. Work down there, so it's crazy. I like repoed cars down there for a while, and that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to
it must be a crazy job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. he didn't really enjoy it that much.
I'm assuming not.
He had to go take. He was like sent to take people's cars. He worked at like a buy here, pay here car lot. And one time, there was a mom and her teenage son living in the car. So he didn't take it. Obviously, he talked his boss.
Well, the good thing is
his boss wanted him to take it.
The good thing is the hero of the world, Elon Musk, is creating it so that they can just turn on the car and drive it back if you don't pay for it. Remote control, drive it right back to the shop. Oh boy,
that's so true.
Yeah, it's
yeah, there will be no more repo guys, right?
Right. No, just get rid of everybody. All robots doing all our jobs. Great.
It's crazy. It really is. The world gets crazier every week.
It's insane. It's like a movie. It's in a movie that couldn't even possibly have this plot line.
No,
it's just crazy.
I watched The Matrix last night for my first time. I never seen it.
The first one?
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I really liked it.
It's good. I don't really like the other ones, but the first one I do.
We don't watch any movies or anything. We watch like, a certain amount of YouTubers. That's like it. So last night when I was watching a movie though, I forgot like how fun it can be to watch a movie when you don't watch them, Like,
yeah, and if you're aware of the that there's social engineering going on, yeah, it's okay for us. But unfortunately for people in the world, it just conditions them to be exactly who they want them to be.
Yeah, and it totally messes with your emotions. I was like, my heart was like totally into the movie. You know what I mean?
Yep. I have a papal bull. I've got to find it where the Pope was saying pretty soon we're going to have these TVs come out that are going to go into people's homes. And he's like, we'll be able to invoke crying and empathy, and we'll be able to do all these things without actually having the people have to witness the things that we're talking about. So, I mean, they've used it from day one as a emotional roller coaster kind of device where they can make you, again, they just have to show George Floyd being kneeled on, and then all of a sudden every city breaks out with these riots and protests, even though it didn't happen in their town. Just
yeah,
they act like it's happening right in their backyard.
It's like a rumor. It's like a rumor spreader.
Yeah, exactly.
We always watched the video. Video killed the radio star.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and the Paul Simon songs are really good too. You have to go and listen to the Kodachrome song by Paul Simon.
Okay. The
first line of it is, when I think back of all the things I learned in high school.
What's the name of the song?
Kodachrome.
Okay.
You'll remember it when you hear it.
Okay.
But he's pretty good. We've been listening to him.
So isn't that before my time a little bit? No.
Yeah. Well, he was Simon and Garfunkel.
Okay. I think you have me in years by a little bit.
Me?
Yeah, I think so.
When were you born?
80.
Oh, 80. I'm 83, but Grant.
Oh shit. I'm older than you. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Grant's 78 though. Grant's a little older.
All right.
Yeah. Man.
I don't know a lot about that music of that era, but I will listen to what is it again? What?
Kodachrome.
Kodachrome.
So it's a camera.
Oh, Kodachrome. Okay.
It's a good song. You'll get it. You'll get it.
It doesn't sound familiar right now, but I'll listen to it.
Yeah, you'll get it.
How's the kids? Good?
Yeah, everything's good. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling. We'll see you guys next
Yep.
week. Please.
Yes, we will.
All right. Peace.
Bye, Jaren.
Later.
Good talk.
Okay, that was Sarah, a regular on the show. And let's see here. We've got an opening now for anybody else who wants to jump on. Oh, I was going to say something. What did I write down here? I just was going to say something. She reminded me of something. We talked about Broward. Media, Paul Simon. What did I don't remember? Oh, yeah, I was going to look for that Papal Bull, but I don't think I can look for it live. And then what else? Oh, I do want to show you this. Speaking of the media, because here's the thing about the media. Actually, I'm just going to let this guy say it. He says it best. This guy went to speak to the media, call him out. The director, I think it is, of the New York Times, not the director, the editor. And he just does an excellent job of really laying into them. And they don't have anything to say. But this is the problem that we have. He goes into detail when he talks about all the things that they've been wrong about. The media is, and you've seen me do it. I've done a whole entire show on it. The media is the problem. And they described it perfectly. So it reminded me of it when Sarah said that it's a rumor mill. It's a rumor starter. It's beyond that. I mean, they push all these things that are false. Weapons of mass destruction, false. The 9/11 narrative, false. You name it. All these narratives that are introduced into society are always from the media. Let's listen to this guy here.
I'm looking for the one with Seymour Hersh because it's a policy and press
Move it over there for you.
hall event. So shouldn't we be talking about the Nord Stream since that's the biggest story of the century? And you guys, you have the executive editor of the New York Times there who came out with a phony story to try and block Seymour Hersh. It's just kind of funny how that happened, I mean, did you even acknowledge Seymour Hersh? All of you are executive editors of papers that broke Pentagon, My Lai, Watergate. Is this the same papers or not? I mean, is there anything you've gotten right in the last 20 years, or
no?
Am I mistaken about that? I mean, it's just kind of funny because Iraq, wrong. Syria, wrong. Russiagate, really wrong. Okay, I mean, the list goes on and on. So the last thing you could do to try and actually fix your reputation is acknowledge that through
I cannot stand people that are in this like, shut up. Hey, sit down, just shut down. It's like they won't even, like, what are they thinking? The guy is calling them out. Everything he's saying is true. And these people are doing whatever they can to stop him from speaking because they want to hear these guys bullshit them.
We had to find out that Zelensky was going to bomb Moscow on the anniversary. I mean, if you're so impartial, shouldn't you at least say, right, that Zelensky was going to bring us on the verge of World War III? That seems pretty fair. While Julian Assange rots in prison, all of you got, fat checks because he's in jail for doing your job. And you know what? Tucker Carlson ain't no Seymour Hersh. But he did something you guys are scared to do. Speak the truth and actually be critical of the war, which is why he was actually fired from Fox. Because you are all cowards. Every single one of you. None of you have actually had any relevancy. And you know what? The mainstream press is now dying. Nobody's ever going to listen to you again. You have no credibility with the public. The only people who care about what you have to say are elite assholes who have nothing productive to say anymore. And it's dying off. So,
hey, leave us alone. We want to listen to this guy lie.
Either about Nord Stream or Ukraine or the fact that Zelensky brought us to the verge of World War III. And the only reason we knew about that was through leaks. Go ahead. It's a free speech event, right? You guys are the press. Let's say something here. Mr. Khan, come on. You're the executive editor of the New York Times, I'm just trying to get into some good trouble here, man. Woo. Listen, Karen, get out of my face for a second. I got to talk to these gentlemen. Okay. Well, I just want to hear what they have to say. Go ahead. I'm done.
Wait your turn.
They're not gonna tell to you. Come.
Wait your turn.
You could project if we can.
I would just say I think it's important to hear everybody's point of view.
Yeah.
So thank you.
All right.
I do think that we need to give our moderator a chance to ask other questions.
We're on the verge of World War III.
Some of the people in the audience also do so. Thank you. Really, thank you.
Say something about this bombing. We blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. Listen, don't stand there while there are people rotting in prison. Nobody said anything about Uhuru, right? The socialists who are in jail for being critical of this war? God damn it!
Well, hey, more power to him for speaking up and pointing out what should be obvious to everyone. The fact that anybody watches the mainstream media at this point is embarrassing, and it's indicative of exactly what's going on in this country. That people want to be lied to. People want to be fed information and told what to do. The last thing that I want is anybody to tell me what to do. And yet there's people in this world that couldn't live without being told what to do. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. I don't understand it. Never have, never will. Press is bought and paid for. Well, what makes you say that? The fact that the every segment is brought to you by Pfizer and that the vaccine is safe and effective? I don't know if I'd go that far. Oh, sorry. That was, of course, sarcasm. We've got, just checking who else is in the chat. Security, please. Yeah, they got rid of them. Soulless beings. I agree. Lots of masks. You should have seen at Berkeley. Masks everywhere. Shocking. Yep, they removed him. And I agree. That dude was awesome. Well said. Yeah, anybody just speaking up and speaking truth, I mean, I'm a big fan of. And it's not easy to do, especially in a crowd like that, a hostile crowd. You know you're going to get kicked out. Big up video wishes he was there. Celtic Hammer says truth is hurts. I agree. Inhuman Ways says, I want to the people who are lying to us. That's a good way to edit yourself or censor yourself. Crazy. Let's see what else is up here. If there's anybody else that have anything to say special. Show's open. Jump on. It is tinyurl.com/cornerism. Angela Baby Carson in the house. What's up, Angela? How are you? Hope you're well. And we've got Crazy Doug in the house. Doug, what are you going to do if you can't post Maverick emojis?
Why wouldn't I be able to?
Because you're going to be talking to me. I don't think you can do two things at once.
You're fine.
I don't see you either. I just see the OBS 666 logo.
What the hell did you do, man?
I didn't do anything.
So I was at the. You guys have these little 5-minute.
How are you invisible?
I don't know. Hold on.
Are you there? Well, you don't have to be on camera. I just don't know what you're showing us.
Well, let me click.
And why is OBS on there? Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Nice hat.
So, you guys have these like 15-minute oil change places?
Yes.
Like
speedy oil change and tune up, your oil change, tune up and smog
stay
experts.
in the car.
Yes. Well, no, they don't let you stay in the car, but.
Oh, well, they did there. Anyway, there's this goofball helping us. And he tried to make some joke like I was a NASA fan because of my hat.
A pro NASA joke?
Yeah.
Oh, it was really nerdy then.
He's like, you'd get it because you're a NASA guy. And I'm like, did you read it? And so when he read it, he's like, he's really, really goofy. And I turned around and showed him the SpaceX. He's like, oh man, where can I get one of those? Took it right off and gave it to him.
Nice.
He's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. And I told him to go to your channel or to flatearthdave.com.
Very cool. All right.
So I got 4 more to give away.
That's a good idea.
He was happy.
Yeah. Very cool.
He even put it on. I'm like, I don't trust people that much. I went home and
give it a little washer.
a little sterilization, something.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have put it straight on my head. I'm not really into that. I prefer my own hat.
He seemed pretty interested in finding out.
Do you remember the joke?
No, it was terrible.
All right, of course.
But like, we're sitting there, me and my wife, the kids are in the backseat, and we're talking, and dude like pops up in front of the car, the hood's up, and like between the crack there,
yeah,
he's like looking and making goofy faces. I'm like, this guy is fucking crazy.
Weirdo.
But he was nice. He was really nice. But that shit was expensive, man.
59.
Well, it ended up being 99 with the synthetic that I had to get or something.
They always try and get you on a bunch of things here, man. Though, but my sister said like you don't need any of those things. She used to work there at Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up, and she said, yeah, they just are. They're told to list like pick a list of these 10 items and just say 3 of them that your car looks like you need. Adding additional money there.
He tried to get me with wipers, but he couldn't tell me like I don't know if he didn't understand me or what. But he's like $16.99 a wiper. I'm like per wiper. And he's like, well, for the front is $16.99, the back's $27.99. I'm like, but the front is it per wiper?
Right, it's 1 or 2. You couldn't get that?
I didn't understand him.
Yeah, well.
But
I've got to get a new windshield. Out of nowhere, my windshield has a huge crack in it, and it's not repairable. It's like 1.5 feet. Don't know where it
you
came from.
haven't seen any psychopaths around your house, have you?
I'm sure there's plenty, but I didn't see anybody doing it. Remember, they siphoned my gas not too long ago.
Ah.
It's very nice of them. But at least they left the gas cap on the back of the truck so that they warned me that there's no gas in there. It was nice of them.
Well, that is nice, and you didn't have to replace the gas cap.
Right. Well, I did actually go buy a new gas cap with a lock on it, but yes. Now I can lock it up, which pisses me off every time I get to the gas station and realize I got to unlock the gas cap. Just extra white people problems, I guess.
Right. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna get off here. I got a friend bugging me, so
Yeah, don't get off on the show. That'd be weird.
Peace, man.
Later. Doug, Crazy Doug, always in the chat, always a good guy. And he was the first ever, well, I guess that's not the first ever. I'd also had the THC or I had Austin on the NASA Comedy Hour. But Doug joined me for last week's. I think I've got one Saturday, and then coming up pretty soon, we're going to have Dave Weiss on. He's going to join me for a NASA Comedy Hour, so that should be fun. Should be fun indeed. We've got an opening. We've got time left. I could stop at 5. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to show you or talk about today. I did those 2 things. What do we have up here? We did a Hakudo. Tomorrow, Jeranism show, 3 p.m. Pacific. That's where I talk about most of the stuff. That's my flagship show, if you will, where I try and cover a good topic and kind of cover it from beginning to end. So that should be fun. That'll be tomorrow, 3 p.m. Then Saturday at 3 p.m. we've got Speaker's Corner. I'm sorry, NASA Comedy Hour. Sunday at 12 noon, we've got Glowbusters. We should have the new intro done, ready to go. So come check that out. It's a good one. And something Bob would have liked. But it's for Bob. So that's what I'll say about that. And thank you everybody over in the Rokfin chat for being here. Is anybody still there? Big Pine Sailing. Andrew says, "Oh my God, giant mountains are not giant melted buildings. That concept makes people sound crazy." I would say it does, but I tend not to say that just because I know flat Earth makes people sound crazy as well. But yeah, I'm not sold on it yet. Now, do some things look like it? Do I think some things look like they're ancient structures in some way? Yes, but just mountains in general, no. Not for the most part. I see just mountains. I mean, I would say as much as he doesn't know that they are giant melted buildings, I don't know that they aren't. Okay, that's a good point. I mean, whatever, he can have his beliefs. Nobody has to agree. Yeah, that's how I look at it, is that this is meant for... Let me explain. I'll do that real quick while there's nobody waiting. Let me explain the point of this show, and it's kind of gone a little different direction, but I still would like to get it back to the main point. The point of the show is that when I started YouTube, I had to come from the bottom. I started from the bottom now here, and it's a tough go because you are not reaching a lot of people. You got to slowly climb to 100, 200 subs. Very slow climb, could take people years. Very hard to get your name out there. So I never had the opportunity of somebody who had a much bigger channel or a much bigger audience inviting me on to kind of for 3 minutes. If I would have, I could have jumped on the bigger show and said, "Hey, here's my deal. I think the Earth's flat. Here's why I think it is. Here's what I cover on my channel. Here's a picture of why I think this. So I kind of expected there to be more people who aren't getting enough views, or who feel like their views aren't being represented, or who feel like they've got some idea that's not being talked about. Maybe they have an idea for the setting sun. Maybe they've got a map, a layout for the map. Maybe they've got a channel where they are going to start doing interviews or debates, whatever. So I expected it to be like that, where people are getting a chance to kind of either give a presentation. Here's what I think. And we've had, Chris has done it a couple times. He's been on the show. Where you get a chance to present whatever your opinion is and see if you can get some viewers over there, just as an easier way of promoting yourself, especially in the conspiracy crowd, right? It'd be nice to be able to speak on a channel like this to where obviously a majority of the people listening are going to be into that kind of stuff. So it's a chance for you to advertise for yourself. So Traber7 does that, right? He comes here, he's going to give us a little bit of talk about some things, and then he points out his channel and welcomes you to go by there. So that was kind of the point of Speaker's Corner, but I don't mind what people call in for, whatever they feel like. But it's your opportunity. If you've got some belief, maybe you believe that the sun does something different than we say, or you think that the AE map is wrong for X and Y reasons or whatever. So, bring it. Or maybe you've got something you discovered in your research or a book that you're reading or found flat earth in some old documents. All that stuff would be warmly welcomed here. And what's not welcomed here is pretending to be a man or a woman and then come here and then yell at me about how dumb I am while being an idiot yourself. It's frowned upon on this channel. So don't do that, and don't just go, you're a liar. You're a liar. Everything you do is lie. You don't even know what you're talking about. That kind of stuff. Because we get some of that here, if you didn't notice. We do get some of that here. And I forgot, somebody offered me a bunch of money if I didn't let that person back on the show ever, but I don't remember who it was. But I have not seen that payment yet. So for now, Brenda is welcome to join the show, at which point I'll just probably shut my mic down for 3 minutes so I don't yell and scream and call her a bitch and a crazy C word. Okay? Because that's what I would do. Now, what else is going on? I'm trying to think if there's anything important. Let me look over here. See if I've saved anything. Oh, I'm going to do a video, by the way. I'll try and keep it super short. I want it to keep it to 10 minutes or less on how to use Telegram. Because if you know how to use it, it can be such an asset that, beats the pants off of emails and texting and all these things. Plus, you get unlimited storage. You're able to review groups, move things into your own storage. They're there for you anytime you need them. You can make folders, which makes life so much easier. For me, I've got folders that are immediate, when I get to it, never. And I kind of move people into folders and categories so that I can keep up with the people that I'm trying to keep up with. And there's major things you have to do, like you have to address your notifications, because otherwise, if you join Avocado Wolf's channel, which has great information, but he posts about once every 10 minutes. So your phone will be constantly going off. And if you don't know how to turn off the notification for one specific group, then you're going to quickly turn Telegram off, which is what a lot of people do. They download it, they say, oh, this works great. And then they start getting notifications. They're like, forget it. I don't know how to manage this. So I want to show people how to do that. How to create your own storage. So you can have your kids' pictures, right? Make a group, call it Mavericks Pictures. Don't call it Mavericks Pictures. That'd be weird. Call it your own kids' pictures. And then just make the group like maybe you and your wife. And then you just forward things to that group and they're there forever. No matter how much videos, photographs. Now I say they're there forever. Let me pull that back. Of course, I don't know that. Telegram could go down tomorrow. For all we know. So it is probably the most private thing that I've seen so far. They're open source. So people who, every time I see somebody say, well, it's not private, this and that. Okay, well then where's the proof of that it's not private? Because it's open source code. So go show me in the code where it's not private. So again, it seems private. You're able to delete messages so that if you want to say something, it's not like Facebook where they save everything, an FBI book. They save everything that you say. So, and we just found out from the Twitter files that, government had access to Twitter, government had access to Facebook, even private messages, even DMs. So they've been monitoring everything we've been doing anyway. Is the same thing true for Telegram? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you that. So you shouldn't be hiring people to kill family members anyway or do something stupid like that. So who knows what they're doing on there? I don't know. And I know that the guy that's the head of it is in the WEF or was in the WEF. But and it does seem too good to be true as well. It is cheap, free for the most part. You can get a premium if you want for, I think it's $3 a month or $2.99 a month. But I think it's just so much easier for me to communicate with people as far as the summits go, communicating with speakers, rather than emails, which seem to go back and forth and take days. You're able to have a conversation back, forth, you're done. And you're talking about saving huge amounts of time for me. And I rarely get to my emails anymore. So if you've been emailing me, well, you haven't been paying attention, because it says everywhere the best place to contact me is Telegram. And then I just tell people too, try not to message me about frivolous things or stuff that's nonsense, because if you do, I just block you, because I don't have time for that. And that's about it. But I think it's great if you want unlimited storage, if you want easy place to find Owen Benjamin streams or my notification channels on there, t.me/Jeranism show. And I alert you about a half hour. So that's one of the things, right? So with my notification channel, that's when you should turn the notifications on, because I only post when I go live. So the only notification you'll ever get is me going live on that channel. or telling you on that channel that I'm going live, and it gives you links to the Telegram. Sorry, links to the YouTube, links to the Rokfin. So if somebody has that dialed in correctly, they're getting notified every time. It's never missed a notification for any of them. I wonder if how many people do I have on that? Let me check. I don't know what that is up to, but usually I think about 600 or 700 people see the posts. That's pretty good. I've got 1290, so 1,290 subscribers, and then usually, yeah. See, that's a little bit lackluster. Some of the other ones a couple weeks ago were getting 600-700. These ones are only 400, 485, 383. So would like to see more people see those, or else I think that they just don't have notifications on. I get it, because usually if you're getting notifications, you're just going to turn the whole channel off, but that's not the way to manage it. You can actually manage each individual chat with a notification. So you can turn off notifications for the channels that you don't want. The people that you do want, you can turn those on. That is Telegram. It's free. You can also have it on your desktop. Things transfer right over. You can actually, for anybody who's got an iPhone who does like crypto stuff or any kind of, it was always a nightmare for me moving things from my computer to my phone. Just a pain in the ass. But now I just use Telegram for everything. So I go into Telegram on my phone, send it to myself on a saved message, or send it to save messages from my PC and pick it up on my phone. So it works well. Works well for that. What else does it do? Also, I'll have in that video how to manage storage, because I've got on your phone, you should have it turned all the way down. There's no reason for it to save any messages, because it will actually keep them in the cloud. So that anytime you go there, if you want to go back in time, it'll just re-download everything from the internet. So it's really shouldn't have that turned up at higher than the lowest setting. At least I don't see any reason to do that, or else it'll start saving images for you and videos on your phone, and then before you know it, you'll be full. You will be quite full. All right, let's check what else I got here into save messages, so I can see if there's anything new. Okay, that's for that. That's for that. We did that one. Oh, I did think this was funny. This is just a person.
Sir, we cannot move. We're sorry. His car won't let us move.
This cops pulling over this driverless car.
We're not driving.
I like that the car tries to make a 3-point turn right to get out. It's like it's trying to leave. Cops like, move over here. Nope.
Sir, there's no one there.
Cops like, son of a bitch, will you people listen to me?
Sir,
there's nobody in the car. That'll be fun to see some of that stuff. Sorry, I didn't mean to have you on there. Everybody born in 1983. All right, I love 80s babies. Let's put it that way. And I was only 4 days away from a 70s baby. So luckily, my mom held out, and she actually went into the hospital on New Year's Eve, and they told her, go home, you're not ready. You're a little bit early. A little early. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Let's close that one down. See what other interesting things I have to show you. Okay, we got that one. What is this one? Oh, yeah, this is just a news story. Was I going to cover this tomorrow? I don't think so. Cover it right now. This is, let me get the right screen up. From the Daily Mail, are aliens trying to contact Earth? Astronomers detect 5, count them 5, new fast radio bursts from over 4 billion light years away. 4 billion light years away. I mean, what the literal fuck is going on? You think we detected radio burst signals from 4 billion light years away? Why would you believe any of this nonsense? Let's do the math on that to figure out how far that is, because we want to know exactly how far these messages are coming, because that sounds like pretty incredible. Let's go to a big number calculator. Big number calc. This one here. All right, so we've got, what did it say, 4 billion light years? 4, 1, 2, 3, thousand, million, billion. So 4 billion light years times 6 trillion. We're going to do a little asterisk. 6,000 million, billion, trillion. 4 billion times 6 trillion equals 24, this number here. All right. So let's see, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of zeros after 24. So 24, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All right. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not even right. 7, 0, 0, 0. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. So if you're somebody who believes that we can detect radio signals from this far away, get out. You're not allowed to watch a show anymore. It's been removed from your capabilities. It's been removed from your allowed access. Do not watch a show. I don't want dum-dums who believe in things simply because they're told by men who are atheists. Get out. First of all, evolution, completely and totally debunked in every possible way. It is the laughable attempt of atheists to discredit the creation narrative, which again, if you don't like the Bible, good for you. Oh, well, then why don't you come up with your own, or why don't you not do everything you can to discount some, like the entirety of science is like basically to discredit the Bible, which is weird to me. It's like that's all that they're worried about is discrediting the Bible. Very strange indeed. Because again, if you know that it's man-made, then what are you doing? You're debunking man-made things. It's very strange to me. You see what I'm saying? If they're atheists, then what your goal is to debunk a book you don't believe in that's written by God? What is that? Seems like a futile practice. Anyway, that is what? Million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion, septillion. 24 septillion miles away. Let's go back to this dumb article. Get out of here, baby. Fast radio bursts are intense radio waves that typically last for a few milliseconds. Milliseconds. Do you understand what a few milliseconds? And we got this crazy number, 25. Oh, let's see if we can get a millisecond counter. Can we get some sort of a millisecond? So this is milliseconds, okay? Too much. Start. No, too much. Start again. Clear. There. That was 0.27 milliseconds, 276 milliseconds. So this said just a couple though. So let's go again. Start, stop. No, why doesn't it doesn't pick up the next stop? Come on. Start, stop. Can I get it lower than that? Start, stop. No. No. All right, there we go. 167. So, I mean, imagine that little burst, like that, sent from 24 septillion miles, and there's assholes in this world that believe it. And we're just picking it up with our beautiful telescope. I mean, with our beautiful antenna, satellite dishes on the Earth. I mean, we're just amazing human beings. They tell us, oh, you're just little fleas on the little spinning ball. You're just tiny little nothings. That's why it looks flat to you. But then these little tiny fleas, they're so smart that they figured out the age of the universe, and they can tell things that come from 24 septillion miles away. Horseshit. Fast radio bursts. Wait, what? Fast radio bursts last 3 seconds. Wait, hold on. What? Fast radio bursts are intense radio waves that typically last a few milliseconds. Read more. Fast radio bursts last 3 seconds. Okay. Of all the mysterious astronomical phenomena, none has produced such a flurry of excitement. No, nobody's excited. As fast radio bursts, or FRBs, these oddly bright flashes of light registered in the radio band from the electromagnetic spectrum. Knock it off, baby. Get out of here. Appear temporarily and randomly from space. Possibly originate. They're just like reflected from Earth, I'm sure. Possibly originating from black holes. Probably not. Neutrino stars. Never. Or even aliens. Never. They range from a fraction of a millisecond. A fraction of a millisecond? I mean, what in the literal hell is going on? A fraction of a... Oh, boy. And then they vanish without a trace. But us idiots are studying them because it really makes a big difference to us if we are hearing things from 24 September, because it would mean absolutely nothing. And think of all the things we could do with absolutely nothing. We could do absolutely nothing with it. So we should definitely put more money. I'm going to start donating my entire income to NASA, personally. I think that they've done great work. I mean, I have Velcro right here. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? Wait till you hear this. What do you think that is? NASA. It's the sound of NASA. Hear that? It's the greatness of NASA. Plus, I've got a handless drill in the garage, a DeWalt. Nice drill, courtesy of NASA. If it wasn't for space travel, we would not have everywhere you drill, you'd be plugged in. It's just the way things go. 5 new fast radio bursts discovered by the West Bork telescope in the Netherlands have been detected. A new study shows the artist's impression. Oh, this is the artist's impression? Thanks. I had no idea. Aliens could contact Earth by 2029, scientists say. Well, scientists are dumb. All right, so how about that? The new FRBs were detected in 2019, but only now have they been detailed in the new paper from the international team led by Jorge van Vlietschwegen of Amsterdam. Fast radio bursts must be powered by uniquely energetic emission mechanisms, the team say. We discovered 5, a significant addition to the approximately 100 published at a time. Wow. They're radio waves, so they cannot be seen by the human eye, but they are not uncommon. They bounce off of the firmament, and no, it doesn't say that. They come from all over the sky, but have perplexed researchers for years as their cause is little understood. It's reflection. It is possible that they are emitted by neutron stars. Oh yeah, I believe in neutron stars. How about you guys? A teaspoon of neutron star weighs 21 billion pounds. A teaspoon of neutron star. Picture a teaspoon. You're eating some Cheerios. Think of the amount of Cheerios you can put on the end of that spoon. Now imagine that it weighs 21 billion pounds, and then laugh hysterically and remind yourself that, well, what's very clear is that science is a liar sometimes. So remember that. And then if anybody gets too crazy, just tell them to shut up. Just say, you know what?
Shut the fuck up.
Please.
Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
I agree. That's what I say to them all the time. All right, we got people lined up. Let's finish off the show, shall we? Let's get over there. We've got, who's up first? Plain Reality in the house. Who's up, Plain?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I just hit a, oh boy, got saved. Thought I'd dump the show. All right. I'm doing well, thanks.
Yeah, I don't have really much to say today. Just thought I'd come on, show you the beanie game.
Very nice. All right, finally.
Yeah, so I don't think I'll take up a whole 6 minutes.
Okay.
But hey, actually, one thing I was thinking, I was watching Lex Freeman one day.
How dare you?
At the very start, he said, "I will interview anyone. Just get them to me or whatever, and I will interview anyone." So I reckon we should all jump onto his post, like every single one that he does, and say, "Interview Austin."
Okay.
Like, you know, I mean, hey, the guy said he'll interview anyone. He said it doesn't matter what subject, anything.
I like it.
Like, why don't you do? I've already started doing it.
What do people in the chat think? Can you go over there once a day and write on Lex Freeman's comments that you want him to interview Austin? What do you guys think? Go ahead.
Hey, man, I mean, if he gets on a show like Lex Freeman, you know, millions
That'd
of
be
people
huge.
watch that.
Absolutely huge.
But, you know, it's massive. And the guy said he'll interview anyone, so he's not going to do it. Well, you know, clearly he's not up there. I mean, obviously, because he's constantly interviewing people to deal with just, you know, complete pseudoscience. But what can we do about
that? Keep calling it out. Keep pointing it out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, if I go outside, it's a bit windy at the moment. It's not too windy?
No, we don't hear it.
All right. So I'll turn the camera around. This is where I film from. I don't know what you can see at the moment.
Okay, I see pretty good. It's a little windy.
Can you see the beach? Am I holding it the right way?
I see the water.
You see water?
I don't see beach really. I don't see sand yet.
I don't know. If I go like that, tell me when it's good vision.
No, it's good vision. I see the water. What do you mean? We should be able to see the beach like the sand? Oh, now I see it.
Well,
I see it
the
now.
beach is down there, but a lot of the time I'm filming from up here.
Okay.
Or you can see the jetty there.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll be out on that jetty. Shitty day today. It's actually 5, 6 hours. I can only see 2 of them. So I just thought I'd show you. This is the area.
And what's that city's name?
Sorry?
What's the name of the beach there?
Grange. So I always point towards this to show that I'm at by the Grange Hotel here.
So can you take? And which camera are you using?
Well, it's just my phone.
No. I mean when you go out with your camera.
I've got a P900 and a P1000.
Okay. Which can you take some really good footage of those turbines again?
Of the what? Sorry.
The windmills.
Yeah, actually, I went out from like 7 in the morning until 6 in the evening on Tuesday because we had a public holiday here.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I went out for pretty well almost 12 hours. Just went from Grange Jetty or from Grange Beach to another one, Henley Beach, then to Brighton Beach, and then went down to another place called Port Noarlunga. And from Port Noarlunga to Grange is about maybe 40 kilometres, and the ships that were at Grange, I filmed them from Port Nalunga.
And which ones did you show us the first time that were the really far ones? What was that again?
The windmills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's heading down towards Starfish Hill Farm, windmill farm. That's about 81 k's away.
81 k's away. Yeah, I mean, if you can give me the details of exactly where we're at, and just say, I mean, it only needs to be a minute video, right? That's just gonna basically show where you're at, and then swing and show, zoom in, show those, and then I can present it on my channel and get some people to see your stuff, and then also point out obviously the flat proof that's there.
Yeah, cool. Apparently, I'll be getting my laptop back tomorrow.
Okay.
Finally. Finally. So I'll finally be able to do something. I got literally like, I don't know, 800 gig worth of, or over a terabyte of gig worth of information that I've got to get on there.
Don't send me that.
Start going through. Sorry?
I said, don't send me that.
No.
I don't want that much footage.
But hey, actually, also another thing I wanted to mention. Have you ever heard of the show, The Last American Vagabond?
Yeah, it's on Rokfin.
Yeah. So I highly recommend anyone to go watch that show. He was just absolutely destroying the narrative around the cold everyone was catching, and the this thing.
Yep.
He's absolutely destroying the narrative on that.
Good.
And using all science, all their own articles, stuff coming from the CDC, everything. Just if anyone wants to get some good information on that, head there.
Awesome. Okay. Well, for sure, definitely get me that footage because I would love to make a little video because that seemed like it was like ridiculous and I don't almost like you didn't see it right or something because I mean the numbers just don't even come close.
I've got another one. 30 miles away, I've been filming. I didn't realize what it was, but I've been at nighttime heading down, looking down towards a certain point. I can see lights coming down. I always thought that it was a different area, but I've just found that it's actually an area 31 miles away, and it's a statue. We've got there's a Buddhist temple down there, and they've got this huge statue there.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I've been getting that, and that should only be about 20 meters above the horizon, but it's probably more like about 80 meters above the horizon.
Okay.
80, 90 meters above the horizon.
And remind me real quick, just so I can look at it again. So you saw the windmills from Grange?
Grange Beach.
How high up were you there?
Well, I mean, there was some footage there that I got them from 3 feet.
You got the windmills from 3 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right on the beach.
And then the windmills are called the Starfish Windmill Farm?
Starfish Hill Windmill Farm.
Okay. I will check into that a little bit because I remember those were up on a little bit of a hill, but they still were way too low to be seen.
Yeah, they're up on a hill.
Okay, and that distance is, what do you have that distance as, 81 Ks?
81 to 82 kilometers.
Okay.
So when I measure it out, it tells me it's 50.7 miles.
Are you on Telegram or no?
I'm on your channel on Telegram.
Okay, it's easiest to, because you can send up to 2 gigabytes, I think. So if you want to send that file through, that'd be great.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, once I put
once you get your laptop too.
Once I put a video up, then I'll just send you a link to the video.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'll just do a small one for you, and then I'll actually do a more extended one as well, like
very cool.
Showing.
Yeah, anytime we find those ones that we see too far, we should really keep pushing on it.
Yeah, for sure. Also, just quickly, I watched Dave on the Flat Earth Sun Moon and Zodiac Clock app page put up Wakey's video on the stars, the luminaries. That was 5 days ago. I highly recommend everyone go watch that.
It's a good one.
That's a really good one. Do you know what's happened to his channel, or where we can get more of his docos and stuff?
I don't know where Wakey is. I thought that he either got taken down or took his stuff down. I don't know. I can have somebody find out for you, though.
Yeah, because it'd be interesting to sort of get hold of more of his stuff again, because he was talking about other documentaries that he'd made during that one. So, yeah, unfortunately they're gone. So what can we do?
I will announce it next week where you can find him.
Oh, yeah, awesome. All right, take care.
Thanks, boss. It's time for Claptrap.
Hey, what's up, man?
How are you? I haven't heard from you in a while. You've been ignoring me. That's rude.
Yeah, kind of ignore everyone, so don't take it personally.
Okay.
But I'm about to go into Fusion Alley and bowl a couple games.
Hold on a second, real quick. I want to see it. Somebody says you're actually wrong. 1 millisecond equals 0.0. That's what I said. That's what we were looking at. What do you mean? I put this up on the screen, and we were looking at this. So what are you talking about? Because I said maybe because they said 0.167 millisecond. Yes, it's 167 milliseconds. Is that better? A millisecond means there's 1,000 of them in 1 second. So at 0.0, yeah, that's 1,000 of those in a second. So again, you may think I was wrong, but I knew what I was doing. All right, go ahead. What?
Yeah, the thing with time, it seems like it's hard to measure because even if they videotape it and try to rewind it, cameras only take like 60 frames a second or something like that, right?
Say again?
Depending on the shutter speed. Depending on the shutter speed, you only get like 60 frames a second. So to where, how can
30.
they even record these times?
It's so stupid
for these Starbirds.
Well, I mean, there's cameras. You can get cameras that are 1,000 frames per second. They're just very, very, very expensive.
The slow-mo phantoms or whatever they are.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. I've looked into it because I wanted to do some of the Dr. Emoto stuff, and it's like stupid expensive. I thought that you could do it for cheap.
That's new age technology. Like, how were they measuring this stuff 50, 60 years ago?
Good question. I mean, how did they get the speed of light using mirrors and a candle back in 1700s? Give me a break.
And then like the Micklessy Mori thing or whatever, how they measured something like thousands
Yeah,
of
I've got questions about all that
micrometers.
stuff too. I mean, it's like, they're doing stuff back when like electricity wasn't around. It just seems weird.
Yeah, the thing that's kind of interesting about time is I think small animals like insects and small birds like live in a different time speed than us because they move so fast. Like
Well,
hummingbird.
I mean, think about it this way. This is a crazy thought, right? So dogs, which they say, just based off of their age, 7 years to our 1 year, right? Which is just because they live to be like 15, we live to be like 90, whatever. So the math works out that way. And they say in dog years, would be 7. So the crazy thing about that, though, is that means that a dog in 1 day experiences what we experience in a week. So if people don't walk their dog one day and they're like, I just missed it today, just imagine that's like you getting no activity for a week.
Yeah, it's like these animals and stuff, like their brains have to be working so much faster.
Right. It makes sense now why you see dogs just running all over the place. I want to play with this. I want to play with that. Go over here, go over there. It's because they have to get done in a day what we get done in a week.
Like sometimes I'll pass dog parks and I'll just kind of want to go and ask someone if I could play fetch with their dog and stuff.
And they're like, get the hell away from me.
I want a dog, but it's a lot of responsibility.
I know. We want a dog too. We went and looked at him the other day, and we even went and looked at Yorkies that are supposed to be hypoallergenic, and Mav petted him. By the time we were in the car, he's all broken out with welts. So we're like, okay, that was a good try. Good attempt, but no dogs for us right now.
Yeah. But yeah, like giants you see in cartoons move all slow and stuff. It's just like we're like on a different time length than small things.
But same time. What do you mean different time length?
Well, yeah, like go out and watch like some small birds or something, or even insects that are zipping around. Like, there's no way that they can be processing this. Like hummingbirds, like they zip around to where it seems impossible for them to be.
It does seem crazy. Hummingbirds are weird.
At the same time as us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're talking about hours and minutes and days, it's the same, right?
Well, maybe like a second for us is like 7 seconds for them, or something, kind of like the dog thing.
Okay, I get what you're saying. You can look at it as a core. You can basically convert it. But I don't think. I mean, I'm not saying that dogs actually live a week in a day. It's just if they are 7 times less, they have 7 times less lifespan. Then it just makes it. If they want a full life like a human does, then they have to get that done in a day. What we get done in a week.
Yeah, or like even flies. Like flies live a couple days, and their reaction speed is so impossible to seem like they're on the same time wave as us.
Interesting thought. I'll have to think about that. Do you know how to kill a fly with your hands?
I used to be able to catch them out of the air. Like,
You just clap your hands instead. Go right above it and just don't even think about it. Don't even look at it. Just clap and you'll kill it. The problem is
they'll
that
fly
if
into it.
you go after them or try, you know,
Is that a claptrap? Is that a claptrap joke?
It was a claptrap joke. No, that's really the truth. You can kill flies.
Yeah,
that way.
but if I pull a gutter or something, I'm gonna just yell, "Stupid Coriolis!" Like, Coriolis is gonna cause me to pull gutters.
What are you doing there? Where are
But,
you at? What parking lot are you in?
Oh, it's somewhere in Kansas.
Oh.
But I thought it was funny that it's called Fusion Alley. But it's connected to a grill, and it's like a mom and pop place to where the food looks pretty good, so I might actually eat out.
All right.
But yeah, you should go bowling, man.
Thank you for
get back out there. Get back out there, man.
I don't like people, so it'd be tough to go bowl by myself.
I know. Well, I mean, you don't really talk to that many people when you bowl.
That's true. That's true. I could just go.
Besides maybe the people next to you that are going to be like, "Damn, dude, that's your third turkey." It's like,
I want to see that guy for SpaceX working the counter when I walk in. That would be the best.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll
Later.
talk to you later.
Peace.
Bye.
Okay. So yes, I don't know, Ed Joe. I'm not sure what I said. If I said 167 milliseconds, is that? I don't know what you think I got wrong, but I might have said it incorrectly. But that is what I meant. Is that this is 1 millisecond here? It would be a 1 there. Oh, you can't see that now. Anyway, 0.167. This would be 1 millisecond if it was 0.001 millisecond. 1,000 of them in 1 second. The fact that they can claim to see those things is just absurd. It's like how fast did the Earth, spin faster than? I mean, what was that again? I forgot where that was at. Earth spins. Was it faster or slower than ever? Earth spins faster. I think it was. Spins faster. Is Earth spinning faster? Earth is spinning too fast. Oh my goodness! Oh god. I think it says our home planet is in a hurry. It completed the shortest day by pulling off a full rotation 1.59 milliseconds faster than usual. So that is so stupid that anybody would believe in. These guys are just rubbing it in your face. They're just sitting back, laughing their asses off. 1.5, then that is a 00, then it would look like 0.00159. It's ludicrous. How would you know that? What are you basing that off of? Where your atomic clock? Do you don't think your atomic clock can be off that? Oh no, the Earth must have been spinning that. I mean, it's just so stupid. I can't stand it. Yeah, it's terrestrial haste is a trend. The planet recorded the 28 shortest days on record, and it kept spinning rapidly into two. I mean, so stupid. So stupid. Before scientists could even verify that record-setting daytime of June 29th, our world almost outdid itself. It blazed through July 26th, 1.50 milliseconds ahead of us. Shut the hell up. Shut the front door. Oh, this looks real.
I'm Jay Herman. I'm the EPIC lead scientist for the Discover mission.
We believe you.
On July 6th, 2015, we released this spectacular image
Oh,
of
so
Earth
spectacular.
taken by NASA's EPIC camera.
Yeah, so spectacular.
Now, we assembled more than 3,000 images
Look at that.
captured by
It's beautiful,
EPIC
isn't it? Oh, you can't see,
into a
sorry.
time-lapse sequence that shows a year in the life of our planet.
We believe it. Yeah, I believe that. It's just spinning in space. Held up
EPIC
by
is an Earth
nothing.
science instrument aboard the Discover satellite, which launched in February 2015.
Believable.
The spacecraft always remains between the sun and the Earth.
It's amazing.
Approximately 1 million miles.
Let me explain to you dum-dums out there. There's something called a Lagrange point, okay? It's the place in between the Earth and the sun where the gravity is just perfect. So we're so smart, we put crafts out there, pointed at the Earth, and then it just stays in that spot. Okay? It doesn't orbit anything. It doesn't move anything. It just stays right there in that spot and takes these beautiful photographs every day for us to marvel at the big blue marble where the water doesn't fall off and there is no up and down in space unless you're drawing a picture of space-time and then you put the Earth and it's dipping down in that lattice, and that's dumb because that means that there's a down in space and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's go back to StreamYard. We've got Geocentric in the house. Geo.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you like put me on for like a minute so I can find the stuff that I can find?
Goodbye. All right, we'll put him off for a moment. We'll come back to him. We will come back to him. We didn't get to see all the finishing of this beautifulness.
At a special gravitational balance point
Uh-huh.
known as Lagrange 1.
Oh, he tells you about it. Okay, good.
From this view, EPIC sees the sunrise in the west.
Oh, yeah.
and the sun sets in the east.
Now, pay no attention that the moon never crosses. Pay no attention that the moon never comes from behind there. This camera is specifically designed to just film the Earth and no stars, okay? So yeah, does the moon have to cross in front of here during an eclipse? Does the moon have to cross behind it during every full moon? Yes. Why don't we see it? Because. Okay, they don't owe you anything.
At least 13 times a day. The haze, seen around the edges, is due to scattering of light by molecules in the atmosphere.
I thought it was a pear or something, pear-shaped. Slightly bigger at the bottom than it is at the top. This looks pretty cut on to a sphere to me. Pretty much. Should we test it? Looks pretty spherical to me. I might as well. Let's go with a new, and we're going to grab this image. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, good. And we'll be saving that, and we'll check that out. See what it looks like next to a actual circle. Maybe we will see that it is slightly fatter, and then we'll all know we live on a spinning ball in space. And by the way, this thin line that he drew, it's also the atmosphere, and it is sitting adjacent to, next to the vacuum of space. So that works because gravity holds it to the Earth. And yeah, can we hold air to the Earth with gravity in actual experiments? No. But there's a reason for that, and it's that, oh, look, over there's a bird. All right, let's see here on this one. We're going to go with my drawing program. Where is it? Here. By the way, I did have somebody email me and ask me, what is the drawing program I use? The free one. It's called Real World Paint. You can just look up Real World Paint. I like it. It works for quick, easy stuff. Okay, so we got this little picture of the Earth up. I'm going to put a circle around it and see what we get. And maybe we'll learn something here. Let's see. Let's go with see-through edges. Let's go with a, I don't know what color. Blue. Blue. All right, that's good. Okay, I'm matching it up here to the edge. Let's go to the other. Whoops, that's not right. There we go. Yeah, I think somebody's going to need to talk to Neil on this one. Let's move it over here so you can see me. You see that? Yeah. Make it a little bigger. I'm pretty sure that is a picture perfect. Let's see. I'm going to move this over here a little bit. Probably need to make it a little bigger. There. It's a perfect circle. See that? So I'm going, you see here, right there, that's a perfect circle. Let me back it out so you can see what I'm talking about. So if I were to, I don't want to click off of it because then I can't move it. But you'll see that you can see no gray coming through over here, no gray over there. Maybe there's a little gray there starting to come in. Down here, there's none. Down here, there's none. Now, if I just start moving it, I'll tap down 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you'll see that we've got the gray of the circle behind it, the Earth. So we'll tap it back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll see the same thing happening down here. Here's your gray. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we do the same thing left and right. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zoom in. We're going to see the gray. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Now I press down. 1, 2, 3. Whatever. Somewhere around there, I guess. And then we'll go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing. It's a perfect circle. So either, I guess I could see how it's because of the camera lens. You guys don't understand lenses. The way that these lenses work is they take the pear Earth and it kind of like morphs it into an accidental sphere or accidental circle. So I believe it. I believe in this. I believe in all of space travel and space photographs, and it's slightly bigger at the bottom, as you can tell, not at all, by the fact that this circle is identical to this Earth. So you can believe it if you want. I don't mind. You can believe a lot of dumb things. Believe whatever dumb things you want. Enjoy yourself. All right, let's go back to the thing if he's good now. Where are you at? Let's see if he's there. Geocentric, you ready yet? Shake yes, no? Okay, let's go with Run Boston Bear. Run Boston Bear, how are you?
Hey man, doing well. I don't have any mad gravy to bring you. Just wanted to come say hey and see if you're going to Vegas.
I think so. I think I'll be speaking there. That's the plan.
That's going to be awesome. I'm going to try to make it.
Okay, cool. Where are you coming from?
East Texas.
Okay, not that bad.
That's going to be good. I spent like most of the day in the Earth Awakening channel. That was a unique experience. I mean,
Telegram?
People freaking out on Discord.
Oh, on Discord. Okay, I don't do Discord.
Yeah, it was fun. And then Shane's channel. Let's see. What is it called? Information League. I don't know. Oh, Anti-Disinfo League, and that's a really cool, mostly true earther chill channel. Really cool to hang out there.
I have seen some stuff from them.
Yeah, Shane's producing a lot of stuff. He's making a lot of, on Rokfin mainly, just a lot of videos. I haven't watched them yet, but they're in the queue. There's a huge queue when you try to stay caught up on stuff.
Oh, it's impossible.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes you just have to I'll pretend I watched it. Just too much stuff.
Yeah, it's a bunch. Yeah, the kids might come and be super loud.
That's
So
all right.
won't be a long call. Just literally just saying hi, checking in with you, seeing how you're doing, how you're feeling. Anything on the horizon fun?
Anything fun? Yeah, I've got some stuff coming up. I mean, we're working on the new intro for Glowbusters. That's got to be done. I want to get my Jeranism does. My wife said the funniest joke the other day. She's like, I think you should change the name of it now. I'm like, to what? She's like, Jeranism will do. I was like, all right, bitch, you're gonna get it. I was like, that's rude. All right, that's very rude. So the new name of it is Jeranism will do. Eventually, he'll get to that instead of Jeranism does. Or Jeranism did and hasn't done since. One of those. So I got that coming up. I'm going to do that probably next week, I think. Be able to get to that finally. What else do we have going on? That's basically it that I can think of. My website's being redone, so that's nice. It's kind of being worked on. I just want to make it kind of simple and really nice looking. And I fell in love with there's a site called Liquid Loans. It's liquidloans.io. I think it's like the prettiest site on the internet. And
wow, check it out.
yeah, it's about crypto stuff, but just the way that the site is put together, I think it's beautiful. So a guy who used to help me with websites in the past said, all right, just look at this site and tell me, can we get it looking something like this? And he's like, yeah, for sure. And I've already seen he's already working on it and looks good. You did a good job.
That's
So,
awesome, dude.
Happy about
Well,
that.
I appreciate how you approach everything, what you bring to people, the truth. You're shining light on the truth, and you're sharing wisdom and knowledge. And a lot of people don't want it. A lot of people are scared of the truth for some reason. But that's some of the topic we had on the Discord channel was kind of like, for the people that are awake, it's a blessing to have the veil lifted from a lot of the deceptions. And
Thank you very much.
If somebody's tripping out and getting aggro, you don't have to respond like angrily. Just say, hey man, I'm not all about that. I'm seeking peace, joy, contentment,
Right.
truth. And so disengage politely, because if we're going to win them over, it's going to be, I think with love. So that's kind of the message I'm always preaching is just like, chill, dude. I'm not like, I don't have a knife to your back. I don't have a gun to your head. Like, I
Right.
just believe that we've been deceived.
Right.
And I think I've found truth, and this is the truth that I'm living out. And I don't know. Been fun.
There's too many people that are like, especially in like my Telegram chat or something. I just had to ban 2 people the other day because I just realized they don't want the truth. And I don't mind having conversations with people or being able to disagree on things, but these people, they're almost like paid people because they ask you one question, you answer it, then it's right on to the next question. Then you answer it. You're like, no, there'll be no end to this. You're just trying to tie up my time, disagreeing with things, just saying completely false things. It's just baffling to me. And it's like, you're right, because I always have to retell myself, like, I think for the longest time, I thought my duty was to convert people.
Right.
And then, more recently in the last 2 years or so, I've realized, no, I mean, if you've introduced this topic to people and kind of helped them out and they choose to turn their back on it or call you names or whatever, then you're done. You don't have any, I don't have any requirement to, convince them. That would be insane. Nobody convinced me. I convinced myself. It's, so we brought it up. I started looking into it, started putting things together, and then you ultimately make a decision. But yeah, the craziest thing to me is, especially the people who know we've been lied to, why they would ever believe in space. Just doesn't make sense to me. The one place you'll never go, the one place you'll never get to experience, you'll never get to test, you'll never get to do anything there. That would be the first place they would tell a lie, right?
Right.
But they lie about everything. They lie about everything on the earth. So if they lie about that, then to think it's like I think it's an insane person who would believe they lie about everything on earth, but they tell us the truth about space.
Right. It's weird. It's a weird dichotomy.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Keep rocking, man.
Hey,
Keep
thanks.
pushing forward. We'll do the same.
Appreciate all your hard work and love seeing you in the chat sometime. All right, take it easy.
Peace.
And Geocentric, let's see if you're ready to go.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Close out the show well for me. Oh, by the way, let me stop everybody. If you enjoyed the show and enjoy the few hours of entertainment, everybody right now, you could, if you have Cash App, that'd be great. Pull out your phone, look up $ Jeranism, and throw $1 my way. Everybody listen to that. Last time I did this, I got one person who gave me $5. Thank you. So it's the equivalent of like 5 people doing it. But support the shows that you enjoy, or maybe one day they won't be here. So not a threat. I will do this as long as I possibly can, of course. But if you could give $1, you wouldn't even notice it's gone, to be honest with you. And if everybody did that, I wouldn't need to sell hats anymore and USBs and have sponsors and all the other things I have going on. So you can do that.
You're awesome, brother.
$ Jeranism. So what's up? What are you doing today?
So I took this is for everybody that has a P900 or a P1000. Can you hear me correctly?
Yep.
Do you see the video? I don't know. I'm not seeing it on my screen. Like, how do I share it?
Oh yeah, I can do this and then I go. Now it's on the screen.
There we go. Yeah. So you see this, right?
Yes.
So the closest star is 25 trillion miles away, right? I will be showing you 2 different fully zoomed Nikon P900 videos, and this is manually focused, and this is the only way you can actually focus on a star. You have to manually do it on a P900.
Okay.
You can't do it automatically. It doesn't work. Okay. So I took one simple shot from the floor, which is at observer size about 6 feet high, and one shot from an airplane, which is about 30,000 feet high, which is about 5 miles. Okay, the distance percentage from 6 feet to 30,000 feet is negligible to this $25 trillion
Extremely.
number, right? 25 trillion miles number right here, right?
Correct.
It's like 0%.
Yes.
So I show an example of it of an unfocused star. You can see the window on the on the left side of the airplane, and I am zooming in, and this is an unfocused star. So you're gonna see that it's not it's not focused, right?
Okay.
This is an unfocused star. So this is just an example. So these three different stars that I'm gonna show you is shot from the ground. I just picked the brightest star that I have in the sky, and I zoom in at maximum, and I manually zoom it. I manually focus it, and you will find this right here. There is when it's at focus, full focus. There, that's on focus. That's just zooming in and me trying to focus it. There it is, focus. Okay, so I will show you 3 stars. That's on focus. This is another one. I picked it doesn't matter which star it is. You pick the brightest. You'll get something that's about if you have a monitor, you can put like a battery on it, and it's about that size. It's about a centimeter or something like that on the screen. Okay.
Okay.
That's one. Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay.
Okay. So that's one. This is another one. This is almost the same thing from the ground floor at 6 feet height. Sorry, here in the Caribbean it's super windy, so not even with a good stand you cannot get a focus.
Right, especially
Anyway.
that P1000 is a joke. That thing's so heavy.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's better though for filming because it puts mass on it.
I guess if you have a good tripod, that is.
Yeah, of course. I have a pretty good tripod, but it's still like the wind. When you're zoomed out far away, it's still gonna shiver a little bit.
Right.
It's kind of hard. So right now, I'm trying to figure out what is going on with this. Okay, so this is a video shot from an airplane. Okay, and I can understand that, and I also researched this. There is 2 thick glass in the airplane.
Yes.
On a passenger seat, and there's one that is plastic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first glass that's by the passenger side because they scratch it and they, for them not to break it.
Right.
I understand that. Dave, the Globies, the people that we debate on TikTok every day, they always say that those glasses don't magnify or convex anything.
Right.
Right. So here I'm doing the exact same thing.
The exact same full zoom there.
Full zoom and focused, and mind you, I'm holding the camera up on the glass like this.
Yep.
You don't have me, right?
No, people can't see you right now.
Okay, so this is one of them. I'm shivering on the glass, so if it's like some scratch on the window, it has to like shapeshift or change in size, but it
Right.
doesn't change in size. It stays the same, even though I'm moving it. and it kind of looks like a fish, which is kind of weird. This is one. This is another one. This is another one. This, I imagine I have it a little bit less, about maybe 10 to 15% unfocused, because it's very difficult for you to have a long zoom camera on an airplane and trying to focus on it. Okay? But the point is that this right here looks 100 to 200 times bigger than the ones on the floor, even though it's a tiny bit unfocused. Okay?
Yep.
And I'm not sure if it's the glass that is doing this, but if you see, I'm shaking the camera on the window. So if there's any deformity in the window that's playing tricks on this image right here, the star should be in different shapes. But it's not. It stays the same shape. Right? And this is another one, which is kind of weird, which makes sense on a flat Earth, right? Because we believe that the stars are way closer than what they say it is.
Yes.
Right?
I'm trying to do the math right now on it because there's no way. It's
exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
There's no
I'm
way.
figuring out the math of a 4,000 mile star versus a 25 trillion mile star. Of course, well, again, 25 is the closest one too.
So this is full zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you see the size right here, compared to this size right here, at a full zoom, at a full focus.
This is why I did the show. Things like this. This is brilliant.
Yes. So I want to do this because there's about 300 people in here, and I want to encourage everybody that has a Nikon P900 or a Nikon P1000, which I don't have. This was shot with a Nikon P900, to do this thing right here. Look at this. Once again, look at this weird. Look at this right here.
And if you can get, maybe do it on a hill, a really tall hill versus on the ground, and see what difference you get there too.
Oh, we don't have high mountains. We have very low mountains. Like I cannot do this here. I know that this is unfocused. It seems unfocused. I understand that, but this one is not. And this is not fully zoomed in. That's fully zoomed compared to the other one. If anybody that has a Nikon P900, which just stands on the ground and films a star, they know that the star will only be at this size right here.
Yeah, I can tell you that.
On a full zoom and a full focus, and this right here
on a plane
is insane.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's all what I got, bro. I got another one, but that's for the next time, I guess.
Yeah, because you're talking just it's so tiny of a difference. Whereas if you're talking about a 4,000 foot or 4,000 mile star, then it starts to make more sense.
Exactly.
Yep.
If the distance wasn't so massive, the difference between the 6 feet observer height filming and the 30,000 feet high of a regular airplane, I'm not sure what it was. It doesn't even matter because the distance is negligible that we can accomplish here on Earth. That star cannot grow in size.
No.
Being 6 feet observer height.
Maybe if it was if it doubled in size, I might say it could be the glass or something. But that
exactly.
would be it. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. But they say that no, there's no. I mean, I understand if I hold the camera on the edges of the window, I could have got something like that, right?
Right.
But this is.
And did you notice that was there no there was no flickering, no sparkling, no twinkling?
One second.
Because you always get that twinkle from the ground, which might just be atmospheric.
Exactly. I know exactly what you're saying. 1 second.
But I didn't see any really twinkling from the plane.
No, I didn't see it. Also, this video I have for 5 years in my computer, and I didn't even think about this until a couple of days ago when I glanced back at these videos, and I'm like, why is the shape of the star so big?
Yeah.
On a full zoom. Right, of course, the Nikon P900 has the digital zoom.
Right.
And I do the same thing consistently every time.
You go all the way in.
I find the biggest, the brightest star. It doesn't matter which one of them because it's negligible, the size, the distance, right? And I just zoom in and I manual focus because you have to do that.
I wonder
I
if
do the same thing on the airplane.
you could
get this
next time
great-
maybe do planets too. I mean, it'd be interesting to see.
Oh yeah, but the problem is that when I was that high on an airplane, I couldn't see stars. I saw
yeah, you
two,
can't see them. Yeah.
and that was it. I didn't see.
Yeah,
10.
I've flown
I didn't see
over when
20.
it was like no moon, and I was like excited to see star. I looked out, couldn't see any, and the lights in the plane were off.
Yeah, and people on TikTok, because I debate on TikTok almost like every day, and there's a crazy war going on TikTok, and people debate flat Earth versus Wilbert every day.
Yeah.
And they will say, oh, it's the exposure settings, oh, it's the shutter speed, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. Like, dude, I
Excuse
know
makers,
what I'm
you know,
doing.
they just they accept and make any excuse possible.
Yeah, look at that. That is insane.
Yeah, and there's no flicker.
Yeah, there's nothing there. It's weird because the shape doesn't change size.
So let me tell you something that I think is weird. So why do you think it is then that planets don't flicker? So if it is the atmosphere causing the stars to flicker, which I think this would make sense, right? Because we see the stars flicker or sparkle from Earth, and then we go up in a plane and we see here that they don't. So if that was the case, then we would have to say it's the atmosphere causing the sparkle, but the planets do not do that.
Exactly.
It's weird.
But this is very crazy. This is insane. Like,
That's insane. That's just like so static.
I don't even know what to think of this. Like, I'm trying to find an excuse for this to be not what it is, you know, and I could understand that it could be the tree glasses, you know, making some kind of effect on this picture right here. But I filmed 4 different times.
Could that have been a planet? Could that be a planet?
I have no idea, Jaron. I have no idea. But I encourage people to do this.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think it's a good idea
traveling
to do.
anymore because of the PCR test and all that stuff. I'm not traveling anymore. This is 5 years ago. But I want people that have like Nikon P1000s to
Okay.
go film it. This is what I want to see, because if it is what it is, this is insane.
Yeah, it's great info. I don't know. I don't know if you'd be able to see Venus at that time. I mean, clearly it's not Saturn. It's not Jupiter. Not.
Yeah,
It's not Mars.
It depends on where. Yeah, it depends on where you're flying, right? Because I
Well,
was going
yeah.
from
Do you remember if it
Aruba
was
to
nighttime?
Bogota.
Was it like past midnight?
No, it was about like 9-10 ish. I have the timestamp on here. Oh, but I don't have the videos. It's just something. That
Yeah, I was just trying to think, because I mean, you could only really see Venus at dusk or dawn.
Yeah.
So if it's too late at night, you wouldn't be able to see it. But that would be the only guess that would be, Venus or Mercury. But that's the only thing. I mean, I don't think you could see it then. So that's excellent information, though. I hope somebody does go out and does that. I will definitely get some. I haven't broke out the P900 in a while, so I want to get some stars, and then this way I can have it ready for if I go on an airplane or something. And
Yeah,
try and
I
do it
mean,
myself.
I where I'm at, I don't have the.
Oh, no.
I'm not in the position to fly without a PCR test at nighttime. It's very difficult, and I don't encourage nobody to. But if anybody has that opportunity,
Let me see if anybody
do
in the
this
chat
right
maybe's got an answer for us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
Jaren,
it, bro.
Venus is visible after dark. It spoils their nonsense. Venus is visible. I've never seen it after dark, so I don't know what you mean by that. Venus is visible after dark. You mean like, yeah, but like an hour after, right, or an hour before? I've never seen it beyond that. Pulsate might be a better description, maybe.
Yeah. Before I go, and I gotta cut because I gotta get out because I gotta eat dinner.
Yes.
Shackleton, Tom Crean, Roald Amundsen, Admiral Byrd, all of them were Masons, and they all went to. They all are the most documented guys that went to Antarctica.
Yep, and that's the
Admiral-
reason that I don't use anything from Admiral Byrd. I know a lot of people use him. I don't, because he's a high-level Mason and seems to
Yeah.
have been given all these accolades and all these things. So whenever that is, those guys would definitely lie, just
Yeah,
because.
I just want to say this. You know, what they do is that they get into positions to get public funding for experiments that they want to do, and they have to account for something. They cannot account. They cannot get money from the public and not account for anything.
Right.
So they have to account for something. And one thing that is blowing up like crazy on TikTok is that compasses doesn't work in Antarctica. There is a video of this guy
Yep,
that
I've
has
seen it.
the company Polar Trek, and he will show you that compasses don't work.
Right.
And he tells you that it's pointing southern side of the Indian Ocean. It's pointing in the ocean.
Yes.
Maybe he's just receiving the northern magnetic pull, and he's not even thinking about that because there's no southern magnetic pull.
Well, they say it's
Right.
in the water, right? I don't know. I don't know that. I've never
That's
been
what
to
they
that.
say.
Yeah.
That's what they say. But he will tell you that it's 160 degrees off to what you
Right.
from the southern magnetic pull supposedly.
Right.
But so what I meant is that they need to account for something. So if you research all these four guys that did go to the South Pole,
Yes.
you'll see Admiral Byrd has a 400-mile airplane ride that he did at the end
Right.
without his army. He left them all behind,
Right.
and he went by himself to stay 6 months at the supposed tip of the South Pole.
Right.
And this is what I believe is a lie. I don't think the rest. I could some stuff could be a lie, but they have to account for something, right?
Right. Always.
And
This is why you can't believe that there's actually people out there trying to debunk evolution or something. Scientists aren't doing that. They're looking for anything that they can show, like, look, I did this and I had this, so that they can get more funding. If they
Yeah.
go out and
And if
say,
you
I
see-
tried to disprove evolution, well, how much funding do you think they're going to get?
Yeah, and if you see all these four, the most documented people are these four guys, and if you see the whole documentaries, you will understand that every single one of them had problems reaching the south of the South Pole. And like Admiral Byrd himself, he was at a weather station for 6 months after he took a 400-mile long plane ride and stayed there to record weather data.
Mm-hmm.
And then came back all by himself, and there's no real footage there. And at the beginning of the tape, you will see that they stated at the beginning of the documentary that the reels that they made digital had black spots in it, and they had to reenact some of these.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure
It's all
they
reenacted.
had
It's
it
like the same
wrong.
thing with the North Pole footage is all reenacted. It's, garbage.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all
Anyways,
lies. Hey, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. And
Yeah,
appreciate you
stream
doing
on
all
TikTok,
the.
bro. Stream on TikTok. You'll be blowing up like crazy, my friend.
Maybe I'll reach out to you and ask, because I don't know how to go live there. And
It's very easy, brother.
yeah, I don't know how to
very
like bring people in or that kind of thing. So I'll have to look at it. Give everybody your TikTok channel.
Oh, Our Earth is Bigger, if I'm not mistaken. I have two names. Our Earth is Bigger. Our Earth is Bigger.
Spell with the letter R or ARE or OUR?
R, like this.
OUR. Oh.
Like that. I put it in a private chat. Or can I put it in the comments? No, I can't
Oops.
put it in the comments.
Private chat, you put, okay, our Earth is bigger. OUR, Earth is bigger, all one word. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate it.
We have a whole.
You do
flat Earth group.
live debates every night?
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
not every night. No. It's
Okay.
just randomly because I don't. We have a business and
Okay.
I have Airbnbs, so I do it randomly. But there's a whole huge flat Earth group and a whole huge Globe Earth groups, and McToon was just there like last night, and I shredded the guy because he didn't want to say yes on how the constellations for 4,000 years have never ever changed. There's not one constellation that was new in 4,000 years. And he didn't want to say yes to that. And I was like, McToon, come on, bro, just answer the question. And he didn't want to answer it. I just quit because I don't like people that are dishonest like that guy right here.
Right.
But he's there, so funny. He's there, and there's a lot more people there, bro, and it's growing like crazy. There's this guy called Maria Anderson, which is a globe earther, and she has like 1,000 people watching every single day when she goes live, 600 to 1,000 people.
Oh, jeez.
And there's a bunch of good flat earthers, very expert in what they're saying, and they knock them off like every day. And there's a bunch of low end flat earthers that don't know what they're talking about.
Just
and
like
they
the ones
literally-
MC Toon brings on his debates, where every one of them, I've never heard of this person,
yes,
never heard of that
exactly.
person, never heard of that person.
They keep them on the longest to ridicule, to make the whole movement seem stupid.
He had a
Then
guy
when
the
I
other
come
night
in,
that was
or when
just
my-
stuttering the whole time. He was like and again, not anything bad against stutter, but that's why they bring him on. They're like, oh, this guy
exactly. No, they
stutters.
bring
It'd be
on-
like, I would never do that. I'd be like, let me go find a globe earther who's stutters and who doesn't know what he's talking about, and I'll bring him on and do a 3-hour debate with him. I mean, I'm not going to do that. But that's the kind of thing that they do. All right, I appreciate it. I got one more call, so I got to take you off. See you soon. We got C-Law. Close us out. Make it good, please.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. Hey, I just want to jump on real quick. I know the comments kind of go by quickly. Venus is definitely visible after dark. I've observed it until 1 a.m. in the morning. That's the latest I've ever observed it in the past week. I've seen it several times until 9:45 at night, and it was still up. So it was probably visible much later. That's just the latest that I went out and looked at it.
Okay.
But a couple of weeks ago, Venus and Jupiter were both very visible. Of course, Venus was the brightest. But I just say, hey, go outside to folks who have clear sky. Go outside right now. See if you can see Venus. It'll be the brightest star in the sky.
Yep.
So that's it for me. Thanks for your time.
All right, thanks. That was C-Law. He's gone. I'm trying to think of what the Stellarium. I was trying to think of the name of this star thing. Seeing what it shows, because if we can show that it's different than what Stellarium shows, that's huge. But I've not been able to do that myself. Let me see if we can go. If you go to Stellarium, they have a web version, Stellarium, and then you click on the Stellarium web in the upper right. And then let me get my location. I agree. Okay, it's close to my city. All right. So let me see what we got here. Is it real time? Yes. So it has Venus up right now. What time are we at? 6. Let me see what time it goes down here according to this thing. Let's move ahead by what, hour? Yeah. So it's got Venus setting at. Let's see what. Come back. Oh, you can't see me. Sorry. Go over here. Over here. Actually, let's turn this out a little bit. What do you see? Is that good enough? Sure. So Venus is here, and that is at 9. So 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. It's still back there? Get that tree out of the way. So it does have it at 11 o'clock, set by midnight. And let's see if that changes on a different schedule. Where's Venus? Move this up here. Okay. Let me get the sun up here. That actually make it easier for me. Oh, that's crazy. That's weird, huh? I mean, the way I have this shaped, you can't see well. Let me put you on this one instead. This one. Let's get a better view. If you kind of, and this is why I think these things are fake or that they fool people, is because they're showing this as the north sky and we see all the turns. But if you really kind of just bend this down like this only, right? Then it's going to show the sun rising and setting all within the same picture. Watch. So see here, it just rose here. Now it's going to set right here. Watch. Well, we certainly don't see that. So it just shows you that they try and fake the sky as if it's this, like you can see it, and then it makes the stars do the circles and everything, when really that's not even what you see when you go out. When you actually go out and look at the stars, they almost like display themselves as a wall. I don't know if you've ever looked at like star trails, things like that. But that's crazy. It just comes in and goes like, oops, that's the wrong way to do it. Picking the date. There we go. Now I've got it set with at least a flat horizon, but I mean, still, look where that shows it going, setting, and let me turn back this way a little bit. Yeah, that's just ridiculous that it even does that. So, I mean, what a joke this is. I've got a flat horizon, right? Whoops, now I don't. Way to go, Jen. All right. So get that as flat as possible, looking north, maybe about there. All right, maybe a little more. Okay, there. So, and then to see the sun rise there and then go around and set there, I mean, what is that? That's not what the sun does. I'm trying to think in my head now. I mean, if I'm outside my house, the sun is rising way over to my right. I've got to completely turn. I can't just look forward and see the sun rise and set. That's not how it works. So they do that so that when you get the stars up, and you get the stars, we'll go to night. Right. So they do that so then you see these star circles and people tend to think that this is what they're doing. They're like, oh, look, it just circles like the sky like that. but it's not really how. Again, they show these rising and setting like this, but that's not how you see the sky. You almost see the sky more, maybe like, I don't know how you can't bend it up enough and then look up there. Where is Venus now? Okay, here's Venus rising. No, what is that, setting or rising? So it has it rising at 3:15 a.m. setting at, oops, yeah, that's way earlier. Setting, that's it right there in the sky here. And so it's setting at 18. You know, the other day I had to doing something pretty cool on here. I don't know how I did it though. I got it to where I was able to see the planets just orbiting the sun, which is what I think that they do. But I forgot how I got it because you can't. Oh shoot! How are you going to get it? I got lucky somehow because I was able to have it see the stars. Like right here, we can't. Oh, there we go. I guess we can see the. So watch the planets. Damn, sun went too far. Let's bring it back up. Okay, let's watch here. And watch just the planets as they orbit the sun. Here, oops, that not month, day. All right. So you see, here comes Venus. And it just skips like that because of the time change. And here comes Mercury. There's Mars. There's Saturn, Mercury. So they just basically all orbit the sun above our heads, just like that. Then it trips out when it goes through the time change. So what's funny is that they talk about retrograde motion like it's proof that we're moving, when that's not proof that we're moving. Again, if something retrogrades, we'll make something retrograde here. So let's watch. Venus is moving one direction, right? So when Venus all of a sudden, now it's still going the same direction. Oh, now it's way up there. Okay, so all right, here, watch Mercury. So Mercury retrogrades here, but it's not evidence that we're moving. Mercury's going to go this way and then come this way, watch. So if you're keeping track of it every night, you go out and you chart it where it is in the sky, you're going to see that this retrogrades because here it goes moving left. Now it's going to go right. So they think that that means that we're moving. Which doesn't mean that. If they're orbiting the sun, they would retrograde. Watch Mars. Mars going to the right. Now watch it. Whoop, where did Mars go? That was weird. Why did Mars take off that fast? Where'd you go? What the hell happened? That was weird. Where did Mars go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's going right, right, right. What is that about? What? I just want to see where Mars goes here. That was really weird. Why is it taking... Okay, there's Mars. Now it's gone. Okay, there it is again. I see it. Okay, so I'm going to try and move it this way and see what happened to it. Mars going to the right. Oh, it might go behind the moon. And it just disappears. Where's Mars? Hello? Mars, where are you? I don't know what happened to it. Weird. It's behind the tree. Let me move back up here. Go this way. It's weird because when they drop below, you still see the name of it. See how it says Saturn? So what happened to Mars? There it is up here. Let me move it this way. Let me try and move the time and see if we can get it a little bit darker. Will they show me where Mars is now? What the hell's going on? Oh, there it is. Behind Venus. I saw it. Okay, so let me move this up here. Right there it is. Whoa. That's a good... Yeah, look at this. Look at this. See? Why does this show the sun getting bigger and smaller like that? Weird. All right, I heard somebody else come on the line. This will be the final call. I'm not going to say it again. Don't type in the tiny URL. Let's get back over here. If I can find my main screen, there it is. And let's go over here. There we go. Oh, shoot, I got to reorganize this. Hold on, move this way. And, come on. 1 second, I'll be right with you. I just got to get my thing. Snap, please. Thank you. All right, we've got, oh, they're not there. Never mind. So much for that. All right, it's been fun, guys. Thank you for the. I'm gonna see if anybody did any cash apps. All right, I see one at least. Let's check it. Thank you very much to those who did that. Let me see who we got. Dave Hinkle, thank you very much. Rudy Bravo, thank you. Eric, thank you very much. Chris, thank you very much. David, thank you very much. Run Boston Bear, thank you very much. Bob Mozinski, thank you very much. Gavin, thank you very much. All right, appreciate that, guys. Very kind of you. And let me check the Rokfin real quick. See if there's any their donations. Sweet, thank you very much. Got a couple tips there. Let's see who is there. Jason Bowles, thank you very much. One of the biggest supporters of the show. $10. Appreciate that. And Space Tad, thanks for all the content. Another $10. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow at 3 p.m. That'll be the Jeranism show, the flagship show of the station. And again, if you didn't get a chance and you enjoyed the show, how about throw me $1 on Cash App, $Jeranism. Be very kind of you. If not, I understand. You can enjoy this program. It'll be on for the rest of the day for free, and then tomorrow it'll probably go to just members. You can become a member for $5 a month. Although I don't want to say don't recommend it, but I'm trying to figure out something else because Google takes almost all that. You get like $3 a person, and I'm not even at 100 people yet. So, is that it? Yep. We'll see you tomorrow. t.me/Jeranism if you'd like to reach me, or t.me/Jeranism chat if you want to join the Anything Goes chat, or t.me/Jeranism show if you want to get notified. And that be it. All right. Much love, guys. We'll see you soon. I didn't change the outro. Let me change that real quick because I always got to pick a new one. Let's see what we got here. What do we want to play? How about the Jeranism song or the Jeren song? Why not? I got that one. It's quicker to get to. All right. Be good to each other. As always, don't lie to each other. And I remind you, please do your own research. When you do, you'll never again believe all the horseshit you've been taught. Till next time, this has been Jeranism. Much love and peace.
Soup, which he rarely even does, though it fetches. I know this dude named Jaren and he's looking real fine. And no, I'm not a homo, but I gotta try to make him mine. Cause he holds all of the secrets that the ancients once kept. But the way to Jaren's heart is proving you have once leapt from a volcano or a cliff or an airplane into danger without fear, crying, screaming, waking babies in their mangers. He can smell your fear from 1,000 miles away. And if you try to deceive him, well, today's your last day. You can bet he doesn't want a coward or a liar coming up to him saying, can you be my friend? Maybe you can man it up and lay it down in front of him, show him you're strong enough to go out on a limb. He's got enough ladies lining up around the block to fill 747's loading number on the clock. A lot of men are crying every single day, praying for a Jaren day, but they can afford the price to pay. All the women want him and all dudes want to be Jaren, but the fact of the matter is, there's only one Jaren. He's got an internet following that forms a giant group. He can translate ancient tablets using alphabet soup, which he rarely even does, though it fetches big money. He doesn't even need it cause he sweats pure honey. His fans send him gifts, make him gifs, jump off cliffs, just for the once in a lifetime honor of seeing Jaren take a sip of his famous oat stew. That's right, he's a stew chef. You may say, what's a stew chef? Well, you probably never seen a stew chef cause there's only one stew chef and it's Jaren cooking it up. He's known for only filling friends and family's cups with his decadent sludge that he boils all night, every night, all night, every night. It's out of sight. He can do a dance that makes everybody pee their pants and make a mess and cause stress. He's on a mission with the Jerry Berry Blitz and the Jerry Berry Twist. He's riling up the world. You can do the Jerry Berry Blitz and the Jerry Berry Twist. You can imitate the best just like the rest. Come on, Jaren, show the world what you got now. He's gonna show you his dance. He's gonna show you his skills, his dancing skills. Check him out, y'all. Jaren's powers grow with every fight, and every fight that he fights, he destroys his opponent and leaves a sticky mess on the ground. He wages war when provoked, and when provoked, he starts to smoke out of his butthole, and that's when you run away or die. Cities topple, buildings fall, mountains smell and rivers stall when Jaren says so, cause he does what he wants when he wants. Sovereign nations all bow down when Jaren comes around. They know they can't match his skills, yeah, they've all heard this song. He's lived for thousands of years and caused innumerable tears and broken so many hearts, I just don't know where to start. His flow's unbreakable, swagger unshakable, his style's impeccable, and you can't do anything when he competes at Pizza Prize Bowl. Girls want to marry him, but a mate would only slow him down. And besides, you know that he would never ever share his crown. He's left everyone he's met depressed, torn up, and so forlorn. What's scary